start off with a little bit of a recap. A lot happened last week, like a lot more than people expected would happen. It started off with you guys leaving from Hell's Edge after having a plan to rescue Yaryn's wife, Gilly, from what seemed to be a number of bandits who had abducted her straight from her room in the Hell's Edge Tavern. And you guys left. That was the end of session 1. It ended with a vision that Dhalia had and a voice that she had heard. And it picked up right off from there from last session, where Dhalia discussed with the rest of the party about the voice she heard and the implications of her getting to the God's Baron and the Weaver's Tower. Pawolino disclosed to the rest of the party that he's under the impression that he's been cursed by a god and that god to be the Weaver. Nevertheless, that prompted the rest of the party to make even more haste towards the Weaver's Tower, although they did not necessarily know exactly where it was. They knew it was eastward and were following the tracks of the bandits as well, with some very apt rolls from the resident ranger, Kippy. And after following for about a day, they encountered a odd pair, a drow woman who you'd later find out to be clutching a small child, being chased by a rather imposing human man, who was wearing similarly recognized garb of the Periculum, the sort of father or overarching organization that is in charge of Kippy's Danger Rangers. There was a whole lot of negotiating, both physically and verbally. At one point, Aryn held a baby to a knife. Unfortunately and tragically, the woman who was holding the baby, who later discovered to be the mother of this child, was killed by this man, who you'd later discover to be named Uldric. That infuriated most of you, some of you to the point of wanting to commit murder. And you took him up, tied him up, interrogated him, were able to determine that the woman, Marynin, who had been killed, was the mother and had stolen, at least according to Uldric, this baby from the adoptive parents that he gave the names of as Juliet and Jaina, which were in the Weaver's Tower encampment, where the bandits, quote-unquote, of the Barons are staying. So, with that knowledge, it came down to a pretty tight vote, with Aryn voting to kill him, Kippy wanting to keep him alive, and Powell with the deciding vote, as Dhalia abstained, allowed him to leave, run for his life, and you guys went on your way to the Weaver's Tower and the bandit camp. And we ended last session off with you discussing what to do. It's roughly around 10:25 in the evening, after a full day's travel, and you arrive at this little encampment, and you notice that sort of in the middle of this encampment is a ruin crumbled structure, which since you have the prior knowledge, would probably surmise that to be the Weaver's Tower. And I also want to add, importantly, that you had followed the tracks of the bandits that took Gilly, and those exact same tracks lead inside this encampment that you are arrived at now. So, it's around 10:30. You have a baby. And you guys are in front of the camp. And I do believe there's a conversation that was occurring between Pawo and Dhalia, in which everyone rolled stealth checks and Dhalia rolled relatively poorly. And a light flashed on Dhalia. And someone said, "Hello? Who's out there?" And that's what we'll pick up from this session. What do you guys want to do? Specifically, Dhalia. What do you want to do? You're the first who tripped and fell and made a big ruckus.
Excuse me, do you know where I can find a... Is the Weaver's Tower extremely visible to me?
You can see a crumbled tower-ish in the center of this encampment.
Do you know where I can find the Weaver's Tower?
This person is on top of the walls, shining a light down on you. You can make a persuasion check.
Let's go. I believe in you.
Didn't, but thank you. Ten.
So this guy goes, "Halt! Just stay with where you are. Keep your hands in the air." And you see this sort of shuffling in the background.
I'm still on the ground.
What do you guys do?
Wait, you only have a +1 charisma?
I'm a Death Knight. How charismatic do you want me to be?
Okay, sorry, my bad. Because you're paladin, that's fine.
A paladin of death. I'm sure
My
people
bad.
love hanging out with me.
Yeah. Question: Can I, the baby? How is it doing? How is it doing?
Someone roll me a d20.
Oh my fucking god!
Can we use the roll I made previously?
No.
Who wants to roll it?
I'm not doing it.
I'll-
I rolled it.
You rolled it?
I think Jordan's got it.
I'll risk it.
Risk it for a biscuit.
Okay. Another 20.
Take
It's
it.
asleep.
That's pretty good.
It's quietly sleeping. So I don't know if you heard, but this guy sort of signals out, like, keep your hands in the air. Don't make any sudden movements. And approach the gate slowly.
Yeah. How am I for my mage armor? I cast it. It's still there, so
It's
should
on.
be
I gave
working,
you another 8 hours of it, so you're welcome.
Oh, it says
Okay.
the game is paused.
It is
that
paused.
the
I haven't
part-
opened
Yes,
it
yes,
yet.
it's normal.
Oh, okay.
So we're out of pause.
I'm going to just, as a preemptive measure, because you never know, I'm going to cast False Light on myself.
are you gonna try to do it stealthily?
I mean, I'm in darkness right now, right?
He's hidden, right? I'm not.
Yeah.
They have lights on you.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to try to do it stealthily.
Oh, okay. Make a stealth check.
Stealth. Do I have advantage because I'm in darkness? Oh,
You're good. You're good. You're able to cast it.
okay.
You sort
yeah,
of
so I'm going to...
very naturally. It's verbal and somatic. I don't really know what it is, but you're able to get it just easily cast on you, and not even have to worry about it. Okay. Are you guys gonna approach?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, Arsene does the same. Keeps his hands up and says, "They do anything crazy, we shoot them."
Yeah, very slowly. Just... And Arson has the baby, right?
He does.
Yeah.
And so you see at this moment, you can have Snowball go that far out.
Ooh. That's cool. I like that. It says that I tried to open the locked door. Wait, what'd you say? Sorry.
I was gonna say, are you gonna have Snowball like go that far out, or are you with Snowball?
Oh,
Okay.
I just thought everyone was
Okay,
coming up to
sorry,
the gate. You can go back.
All right. So you see this door open up, and you see the number of people sort of crowd around you and sort of shoo you inside. Come inside. Come inside now.
I'm riding Snowball, by the way, if this wasn't.
Make a persuasion check just to see if they're like cool with the fact that you have a tiger.
Sorry, there was like Kippy. Skills. Persuasion. On Kippy. That's pretty good.
You see one of the people in the back that says, "John, do you see that? See the tiger? I see it. I see it. It's so cool. Just take him inside. Just we'll talk about this."
I wink at him. I make his whole day.
You guys close the door.
Are we closing the door? Shouldn't
I
they
don't
close
know.
the door?
I thought someone closed the door.
I'm still
Because you guys are all
outside.
blocking inside. Dhalia, you can go inside as well too.
I'm inside. I'm inside too. And like, just as I go inside, I'm not going to say a word, but I'm going to just nod at them, just like.
And so,
No.
this guy right here, the guard,
Mhm.
move backward and say, "State your business. What are you doing around here in the middle of the night? Are you
Greetings.
with the orc?"
Where- No. Do I look like I belong to an orc tribe?
Oh, he didn't belong to the orc. And you see Arcene this moment goes, "You mentioned an orc. What do you look like?" The man sort of looks at Arcene and goes, "He's, large, rather muscular. But what was he wearing? Like, does he have glasses?" "Yes. Are you working with the orc?" Arcene sort of backs up and says, "No, I wouldn't say that I'm working with him, but I have business to attend to with him." The guard says, "You're not here to break him out, are you?" And the two of them sort of go off on their own and begin to chatter. And the other guard says, "All right. If you're not here with the orc man, what are you doing here?"
We found a baby during a travel. He was alone, uninjured, but since you're the only settlements in the area, we immediately rushed here.
All right. Good. That does not explain why you are here.
Excuse me, did you not hear me when I told you that we found a baby and that you are the nearest settlements in place? How does that not explain why we are here? Quickly.
Well, excuse me. We are the only settlement here, but I don't see why we have to keep you here as well. Is there any other reason?
Did someone in your settlement report a missing baby?
We assume that
He looks around and says, I wouldn't know, but not to my knowledge."
So
Just wait a minute. Someone go get there. And you see someone sort of from the back begins to shuffle.
Mhm.
And you see this door back here open. I don't know if you can see it, but this man sort of walks out. He's a big, broad-shouldered, like he's human size, but he could pass for a dwarf. Like how rugged and how dwarven like that he is. He has a very strong nose, a very, very full beard. He has sort of two swords on his back, probably 6'7", lumberjack kind of looking guy. And he approaches, and you see he's a little bit beleaguered as it's the middle of the night. And he goes out and says, "Hey, no!" As you start to move, Kippy, he goes, "Stay where you are."
Sorry, Lieutenant Snowball just likes to get comfortable.
This guy sort of comes up and says, "All right. You wake me up in the middle of the night. What do you got to say for yourself? Who are you?" He points to you with the tiger first.
Alvin Kippy Kipperson reporting from Danger Ranger Troop 426. On completing the 7. Sir? Is this a sir?
Don't worry about calling me sir. We're we're out here in the God's Baron. We don't go talk about
There's
it like
a baby with potentially missing parents or parents missing a baby and here to help.
that. Was a lot more than I actually asked for. But thank you, Mr. Kipperson.
Please, you can call me Kippy.
Kippy.
Oh.
Half elf. You seem like you want to introduce yourself. Who are you?
Well, my name is Pawolino, and while I do appreciate a formal introduction, there is a baby starving currently, and this is my main preoccupation.
All right. And you, miss, what's your name? He looks to you, dog.
Hi, my name's Dhalia. Kai, call me DK if you'd like.
Pleasure to meet you. All right. Where is this baby you're talking about?
I put an arson.
Arsen's gone. He left.
What?
Arsen left.
Did you
When
just
did
walk?
we? When did he?
Oh, he walked away with the big guy.
Yeah, he nobody asked for the baby, but I will say for the record, he probably left the baby with Pawo, I guess.
Okay, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, so if the baby is in my hand, I'll just like show the baby. I'll just show the baby to the man.
The man sort of walks forward. Oh, geez. Well, my name is Tyr. I can help you. And you said this wee lad is starving. All right. He turns over to the guard who's behind. Says, "Go grab Juliet. She'll probably have something for him." The guard runs out. This door opens and you see a very elderly woman, late 80s, like super, super old, walk out. Go up to you, and Tyr's gonna sort of usher you, like you guys can come more into the city. Like you have to stand at the gates.
Okay.
And this old woman goes, "Oh, can I? Oh my goodness! This is it hungry? It's sleeping quite well."
We don't know the last time it had a meal. We had obviously nothing to say.
Sure. May I? And sort of holds out her hands.
Yes. I'll just-
Insight if she recognizes the baby.
Sure. Yeah, roll an insight. Anyone that wants to.
Question. The name, you
Juliet.
said that the name. Yeah, the name of the parent. It was like Aryn Juliet, right?
It's Juliet and Jaina was the name that you had heard.
Yeah, Juliet and Jenna. Yeah.
You can all roll insights to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
I just realized you can open a calendar.
Yep. I added that too. What are you looking for, Dhalia?
Whether she recognizes this baby, or like if there's any sense of
It doesn't seem like she recognizes the baby at all. To any of you. And Alvin, KP, you are for sure like this is just a concerned old lady and a baby that's been handed to her. I don't have a token for this because I don't have tokens for these types of things. But you see the door that this Juliet had walked out of opens again, and you see a very small child, maybe 6 or 7, in her pajamas, walk out and goes, "Grandma, what's going on?" The lady turns around and says, "Oh, Jaina, go to bed. Go to bed, honey. We're gonna we have a little guest. Can you actually put a pot to boil? We have someone who's really hungry." The little girl goes, "Oh, okay." Goes back inside. The old woman with the baby is also gonna walk inside and out of sight. Close the door.
I look at Jiffy.
I look back at you.
Okay.
All right, you got the baby taken care of. Is there anything else we can offer you?
Have you recently had travelers with a woman that I try to describe Gillies?
You try to describe what?
I try to describe. I think her name was Gilly, right?
No,
Because she was also.
You can
aren't
check
they-
your quest logs too if you'd like. I gave you that for a reason.
Okay, fine. I'll shush. You continue. I'm doing a bad job of this.
if she tries to describe the draw woman, I'll just try to stop her.
No, not the draw woman. The woman that was kidnapped by the bandits.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we have a whole separate quest log with.
I know.
There's also a mother who is in peril. We can't orphan another child. Aryn's quest.
What to say we like it's our fault?
Oh,
Hunt down those that took Gilly. Who would have taken her? That's the question.
oops.
Hmm.
Yeah, Gilly. Her name was Gilly. Right. Her name was Gilly. She was taken from the inn by bandits. That's what I was asking.
Well, you're looking. What did she look like, lass? This Gilly you're talking about.
I describe her.
Okay.
You know?
He goes, "No, I don't think we've seen anybody like that. Have we?" Sort of looks around. Says, "Sorry, no one here by the name of Gilly."
Hmm.
I check.
Sure, roll an insight check.
I also.
Anyone wants to.
Yeah.
We all want to.
Sure, why not? It's not like. Hmm.
Oh yeah, you're the last hope. Alright. I'll message you.
Ooh, damn.
Pretty good. So yeah, 1,000.
I sent you a message and he goes, "Alright. You don't seem like the lot that wants to be keeping on a baby here. What do you want to do? We can offer you lodging for the evening, but we can't keep any more people here."
It's been a bit since I had a night's sleep. I wouldn't mind taking a room for the night if that's possible.
Sure. Yeah. We don't have a room for you, but you can stay inside the walls.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, and he goes, "Alright, we can offer you lodging here, and your friend seems to be talking up a storm with the other person, but you're free to stay around the camp, or well, around the tower. We don't really have rooms for you, but my name is Tyr. I'm sort of the de facto leader here. Sure, you can stay for the evening as long as you head on home or wherever you came from when morning comes. That's all right?"
I have a question. Sir, as a de facto leader,
Sure.
what do you know about the Weaver's Tower?
He points to the thing back there and says, "You talking about that thing over there?"
Oh, Pawolino just looked at it and said, "Oh, so this is." Oh,
All I know is that it's a tower that belongs to the Weaver. Haven't been able to get in. There's sort of just a inscription on top that none of us can read, but it's been closed there ever since.
It's a code.
Do you mind if we want? Is it okay if we wander around that area? We're quite curious.
Sure, I mean that's where you're going to be sleeping, so if you want.
Hmm.
You haven't been able to get in. The door is right over there.
Yeah. I'll make my way there, trying to see.
Sure, you guys can move around. He's gonna sort of watch
Yeah,
you. And
Can I do I see the inscription?
Walk up to the door.
Thanks.
I did, but now it's gone.
You can walk back onto it.
I don't see it.
Oh, God.
Maybe it's this square. Ah, yeah, it's a square. Okay, this is clearly some sort of code.
Jordan, what does the thing say for you? Like, is it just...
Like the Weaver Tower marking?
Yeah.
You approach the ruins of the Weaver Tower. The entryway is blocked by a large slab of stone. Etched into the doorway are the following markings, and then it's a bunch of gibberish.
I see it now.
Okay. You can
Yeah.
Wait,
so walk to where they are, like where they're all stacked up to be.
where?
Take a left.
Oh,
It's up.
oh, yes, I see it.
Can you
Yeah.
read that,
Well, I
Dahlia?
tried.
Yes.
Oh. What does it say?
It says, "Those who seek."
Wait. I
What?
catch Paulino's sleeve. Are there still people nearby?
Oh yeah, Tyr's just kind of chilling out there. Actually,
listening?
everyone make perception checks as this is happening.
Sure.
Also, I'd like to murmur to Paulino. He was lying. He was lying about Gilly.
Oh,
So
So Kippy and Powell, you see, as you guys are looking at that, Tyr whispered to one of the guards, and one of the guards sort of run backwards, like out of sight, into sort of running to the back.
yeah. I think if Dhalia stopped me and whispered at me, I will say, "Well, it says nothing of substance. It's clearly a lost." By the way, do I recognize what language it's written in? Because I can read it.
Celestial.
celestial.
Yeah, exactly what I thought.
What if it has something about gaining entry to the tower?
I'll cast message to her and I'll say, "Let's communicate this way." And I'll keep saying out loud, just like, "Well, I think this is a problem for another time."
I mean, wait. I just think we should be a little bit more careful around these people.
I mean, yes, that's the point. That's why we are messaging each other right now.
So Dahlia, you see what's written on the door, right?
Yes.
Do you particularly do anything?
Oh no, it's for me. Wait, is there anyone? Is there anyone who are they all gone? The other people?
No, everyone's still around. It is late at night.
Do they seem like they will leave us alone as we go to sleep?
Make an insight check. No. Like you are guests in their heavily guarded encampment. They're probably gonna have someone keep an eye on you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pull Kippy and Paulino close, and then I'm gonna try to reach for the door.
Okay.
Ooh.
You reach for the door. So as you go to touch to the door, you see first the etchings, the words begin to glow. First in like a very brilliant light blue. And it's sort of shining back on your armor. But then as you sort of look down, you see that you're also glowing. But it's not you. It's what's on your back. Your rune blade is glowing the same same shade of color as this door is. And it goes woof, woof, woof. And you see The rock began to move and slide upwards, revealing an entranceway into a place. But before you guys make any movements, you see Tyr goes, Albi, how did you get that door open? We've been trying to pry that open for months.
Is there a lot of people around us except for Cheer?
There's like a few guards, yeah.
Lieutenant Snowball hit it really hard with his paw and it just kind of opened.
Well, I find that very hard to believe, but whatever gets it done.
Chick of animals.
Look at this guy. And I scruff his neck all up. Oh, who's a good Snowball?
Oh.
And he sort of goes and says, well, all right, I'm, if you won't excuse me. And he sort of snaps, and a lot of his men start to sort of surround and be like, all right, we're gonna go check this out. Thank you for opening the door. I mean, I guess opening your house to strangers has a...
Can we?
Sure.
Sorry. Can we, before they enter, like, because you're like right next close to it, right?
Yeah, you guys are all in front of the door. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we just like, I think Bono will just like look at the others, and as they're speaking and making their way and talking about how they are about to enter, is going to fully just like run inside.
Everyone's inside. So first, what you guys see when you're walking inside is a sort of what you see inside this room. A sort of ramshacked, almost library-looking structure situation that's going on. There are books and scrolls scattered across the area, very barely lit. However, you do notice that in the top of the room there seems to be a self-illuminating altar.
It seems to be a what, sorry?
A self-illuminating altar.
Ooh.
So,
spooky.
You guys can do whatever you like in here.
Yeah, can I roll investigation on the books, please, before I go to the altars?
Sure. Yeah, you can absolutely roll investigation on the books. Anyone that wants to roll investigation can roll investigation.
Or someone can give me like advantage. This.
I want to describe the grade. Let me go.
Sorry, did you say investigation?
Yes, you can. So I'll go with the highest roll, Alvin. Well, lowest roll first, Alvin and LTS. There are a number of just scrolls here and an assortment of languages, most of which, surprisingly for you, you can't read. Not necessarily because they're foreign to you, but because they're so old and so worn. Pawo, on the other hand, with a 19, you are you take like 15-ish minutes to look around, and you notice there are really only 2 places in which there are books that are not too tattered, that they're illegible, and that's this bookshelf, this desk over here, and the bookshelf over here, and you can click on either one of those.
Yes. Do I need to drag my character?
Nope, you can just click it if you want. You can move your character there if you want, but you can just click it.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile,
yeah, I'll click it.
Yeah, go ahead and click it there, and then there's also one in this bookshelf over here.
Yeah. Okay, I click on the table first.
Yeah, it says what it says. So that's for you to know, and you can share it with them if you'd like. But in the meanwhile,
no, a pop-up came up for me too.
Oh, came up for all of you?
I see log 243.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys find that. You find that.
But yeah, so Lady Vessenia the Gold. Do I know who Lady Vessenia the Gold is?
You can make a history check. But as you do that, Dhalia, is there anything else you'd like to do while they're searching? Because they're all searching, you're just kind of standing there.
I'd like to go to the altar, and I'd
Okay.
like to kind of kneel down on my want to pray.
Okay. So as you approach the altar, let's go to my notes. You see in the center of the, it's sort of like in the back center of the room is this altar, with a eye inscribed in the center of it, which you know to be definitely characteristic iconography of the Weaver. As you get closer, you notice that in the middle of the eye, like sort of horizontal to the ground, there is a slit. There's a wide slit that you can stick your sword in there.
I still am aware, but you know.
So are you gonna pray or are you just gonna keep looking around?
Fine, I stick my sword in there.
Great.
Don't destroy an artifact.
Mm.
All right. So you stick your sword into the slit in the thing. Nothing happens. You're like, well, that was stupid. Why did I think I had to put my sword in there?
No, I should have found the scroll.
And then you blink and you are in a dark void. You're not in the room anymore. You're no longer present in this tower. You are in this sort of foreign voided area in which it is just you floating, weightless, gravityless, and are just suspended in nothing. What do you do?
Weaver? I'm here. Hello?
She remains silent. She refuses to speak. Is she unhappy?
Oh
Ignorant?
my fucking god.
Unbothered? The goddess of fate and destiny is surely one thing. Imbalanced.
It didn't work. I'm sorry.
Imbalance brings uncertainty.
You see a plant suddenly sprout from the ground in front of you. And it vigorously blooms a flower, a white chrysanthemum.
Uncertainty brings confusion.
You see another plant suddenly sprout next to the first. It blooms just as quickly. Still a chrysanthemum, but this time yellow.
Confusion brings chaos. And I will fix the chaos you created. I will bring balance where you have brought destruction.
You see the two chrysanthemums ignite in flames, quickly wilting and blackening to char. Soon you are again left alone, by yourself.
And for this, I thank you.
Suddenly, two massive, enormous eyes flit open in front of you, filling your vision. The eyes are dark, and a white pupil seems to just focus on you. The eyes grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and you see flashes of visions. Similar rifts, sort of tears in reality, being opened up in front of stone doors, towers, much like the ones you are in right now. One in a deeply, deeply cold place with snow and frost and chill. in the midst of a snowstorm. Your vision takes you elsewhere. Same rift, same structure, but this time you smell salt in the air and you hear waves crash incessantly, seagulls chatter, sand beneath your feet, and then last you are transported elsewhere, where you see a large rift open up in the middle of what seems like a battlefield. People wearing green armor fighting against darker skinned drow elves, clashing in the center, and you hear people crying out. And you can see as you sort of fade back a large mountain. And hidden in the structure, again, is a tower. Very similar to the one that you are. And you see a rift begin to open and grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Until you feel as though you're being swallowed by the rift itself. And suddenly you blink. And you're standing back at the altar. Sword plunged into the piece of stone. And as you pull the sword out, there's no longer just one eye in the altar. There are two. What would you like to do?
Wait, am I like in the room where Pawolino?
You're back in the room. Your sword is
You're
also
there?
now glowing red.
You're outside. How are you? How are you?
Is it something happened? Did you go? Did we notice she was gone, or was it like
No,
instantaneous?
she just stood there. She had two hands on the sword and was just standing there.
Is that what's wrong? I go up to her. Is everything okay?
I've done. Oh. Angry with me?
Who's angry with you?
I look at the altar.
The circle rock? You hit it with your sword really good. I think it's okay. Or did that make it angry? Do you need a hug? Kippy jumps off of Lieutenant Snowball and gives her. How tall is she? But how tall is Dhalia, by the way?
Like 5'5". Wait, no, 5. I'll go see. 5'5". Yay.
Yeah. I'm like at your weight. It's just like, it's okay.
So, Lady Vessenia was the last, as far as you remember, it's very, very famous and very respected scholar. And she was the last known mage advisor of the Lord Ray, Raiye, in Penelia, the region of Penelia.
Where is that?
It's to the east on the map. It's a region.
Oh, but let me see. Because, okay, what would I have read about this region?
Penelia is the breadbasket of the Alliance. It produces a majority of all of the food. Like 70% of the food is created there. It is ruled by the noble family of Ray.
Okay.
And so Lady Vessenia was famously known as the last mage advisor to Lord Ray in the seat of power in Ririn's bounty.
How long is she still alive? How long has it been?
You read that like when you were young, Like you don't know. You don't really know how. Like it wasn't an autobiography. You just know that she's a scholar from there.
Yeah. No, sorry, but this is dated into like 1763.
Yeah.
How long has it been?
It's 773 right now. You can
So it's
you
been
can see
10
that by
years.
right-clicking the time bar, or clicking the time
Oh.
thing. You can
Okay.
left-click it, and it'll show you the date, the year.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so the skull is intatable, and this is the thing you're only able to
Do you
search
show
with-
do you show them the first log, or just keep it yourself?
I think right now Pawolino is like in snooping mode, and
Okay.
when I will have read this, I'll just go to them.
Okay.
So
So do you want to
let's
show
get
it to the rest of the party?
I will show it to the rest of the party. I'm just trying to read this as a player right
Okay.
now. I'm reading the second thing really quickly before I just go to there.
In the meanwhile, Dahlia, you received all of those visions and whatnot, and you're in a very tender hug from your friend Kippy, who you'd met literally 2 days ago. Your sword is still glowing red.
I'm gonna thank you, Kippy. And then
What was
I'm gonna say thank you, Kippy, and then I'm gonna pull away and go hesitantly pull my sword out.
Yeah.
Sure.
I will go to Geodor's then, and I'll say, well, this was not truly enlightening, but interesting.
How you see Dahlia physically shaken up, like she is emotionally a wreck.
He just looks like, oh, excuse me, Miss Dahlia? You seem in a state that would be problematic, as you are quite emotional. Is there a reason?
Have I gotten my sword back yet?
So as you go to pull the sword, as you pull the sword, it's glowing red. It used to be glowing blue. As you pull it out, you see the blue stays, but also now there's red on it, and you feel sort of that some energy transfer back into you. And everyone that's watching sees this sort of red wisps of energy climb up Dahlia's arm and begin to like coalesce around her.
Can I roll anything? Arcana?
Sure, yeah, you can roll Arcana.
Okay, I'll do Arcana.
I rolled.
Actually, roll religion.
Is this
Me?
We're not able to move, right?
Any of us or all of us?
I'm so stupid.
Me
I left
or-
it on pause for 12 years. You can move
I know,
now.
yeah.
Me or Dahlia? Sorry.
You, anyone that wants to entertain anything, roll
Okay, it's
religion, see what's
religion.
happening to her.
Okay.
So I'll move everyone to where they actually move.
You had to go for the intelligence skill I'm not proficient in, huh?
No. Oh, wait, no.
Oh.
Or religion.
Okay, with a natural 20, Dahlia,
I really didn't think I was gonna
Oh,
get it. I really didn't think I was gonna get it.
you
And I was looking.
you feel
fuck, I
this
was
energy.
supposed to be 18.
You feel this energy go through you, and it doesn't feel frightening like the voice that has, for lack of a better word, berated you for these past days. It's comforting, sort of like what you had experienced in previous visions. You know without a shadow of the doubt that this is a boon of some sort. If you look into your features and your swords, you will notice you have a new feature now called Death Denied. It's based on the charges of your sword. you can, within 15 feet of an ally that has fallen, you can use your action and expend 1 charge of it to immediately stabilize them and bring them back up to 1 hit point. And that's a full action. But you lose the charge, and you only get to you at the end of your next long rest, you have to roll a d6. And if it's a 5 or a 6, you get the charge back. But if it's anything but that, you don't get the charge back. But that is your first rune blade etching onto your sword, onto your rune blade. It's the blood etching, in which you can balance out life and death equally as a Death Knight. That's you go with natural 20. I also want to note too, the people that were going to go inside haven't come inside yet. I just also want to make that note. But yeah, the rest is up to you guys. What do you guys want to do? You guys are just chilling in here.
I think Paolo will look at Dhalia. I'm going to say, I seems to have made a mistake. I do not think that whoever cursed me is the goddess of faith, as she hasn't appeared to a world in ever, actually. She's, from what I can understand, the only god that is not taking part in the war. Miss Dhalia, I can't tell, have you heard the voice again?
Going to fix the chaos that I've created. But I really don't want her to. But I've done something really, really bad. I don't know if I was speaking to the wayward. His voice. He's going to undo whatever he's going to fix what I couldn't do. But
what did you do?
It's not what I. It's what I did. It's what I couldn't do.
And Pao is just going to come and sit near Dhalia and is just going to say, Miss Dhalia, I understand that right now you are aching, and it seems to be a very hard subject for you, but I'm going to need you to be open and honest with you. I feel compelled to help you. I need to know as much as I should.
Wait, does the blood rune, does the boon feel like it might be from like it's still from like a higher entity, right?
With a natural 20, you know for a fact that's from the Weaver.
Okay. But I think I don't No, I don't know. I like Pawolino.
Miss Dhalia, please, I understand that you do not understand, but you need to tell me what happened.
The voice I heard the other day spoke to me. and
Yes.
I was tasked with a mission. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. And and I and I disappeared to chaos, and this voice is threatening, telling me that they will fix they'll fix it.
Hmm.
But it's not the Weaver. It's not. I look at the blade. It's not the. I don't. I think I've upset another goddess.
Well, from what I understood, and I'm going to show her the parchment.
Okay. Which one? Log? I can show log first, or inquiry.
I think I'm going to do inquiry first because
I'm just gonna show this to all
I
players.
think it's important because especially the third one.
I'm gonna put those into your. All the players now can see it in your guys' journals.
And I'm going to say, and there is no name about who is the person that studied, right? The
No.
passages.
That's the only things you
Yeah.
can make out. Like, cause I've condensed into like this is not just like a single page. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's as much as you can get from what is left of this like multi-page scroll.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I'm like dumb. I wanted to show her the log first because this is the thing. Because they say that the thing where they say our neutrality may already answer to a question. Yeah, I show that to Dhalia and I say, I think that the fact that you do not know what you are up against seems quite off brand for the goddess you chose to worship. No. One thing is for certain. If you would not be able to do it, she would have not sent you here. And I don't think that you are, despite the mistake you may have made, I think that you are still alive and you can try to make it better. It's not about the mistake we've made, but how we deal with the consequences. And I just look at KP and I just like message him, just like, I'm not good at this. Could you please support some moral support?
Yeah, of course. Listen, in my experience, when there are a lot of problems at once, start with the smallest one, and we'll start working to fix that. It may take some time, but we're gonna help. It'll be okay.
I don't understand. If the Weaver isn't angry with me, then but I didn't do what she tasked me to do. What am I? Push.
Like, do we want to do what the Weaver wants, or do you not want to do what the Weaver wants? Like, is it,
Well,
you didn't do it?
Have I been doing what the Weaver wants?
see, that's the problem, Kippy. She doesn't know what the Weaver wants. That's all. That's Istus does not interact with the world. She simply does not.
Okay, well, think of it this way then.
What was I?
If you can't talk to the Weaver, but you want to do what it wants, you just have to assume what you're doing is what it wants. Does that make, like, you know what I mean? If they don't like it, like, say something. I look up to the sky. Excuse me, Mr. Weaver, Mrs. Weaver, or both, or should use a title with these people.
Kippy, this is a woman.
Dr. Weaver.
First of all.
Thank you. This is excuse me, Mrs. Weaver. If it's okay with you, Dahlia's gonna keep doing what she's doing, and hopefully that's what you want. But if not, just say something. She'll change it. I look at Dahlia. Is this helping?
Hey, little Kipster, roll me a religion check, my guy.
Hipster. Yes.
Oh no. I don't think I've ever wanted to roll lower in my life. Or high? I don't know.
Who knows?
Oh.
Who's to
I
say?
actually don't know what I want.
Your dice knows what you want.
With a natural 2, you look up. You don't hear anything. Like you just say your own thing. Dhalia, you notice the altar sort of shake. You don't know what that means, but Dahlia's the only one that notices that.
I think that worked well. I think, yeah. How do you feel?
Okay, well,
Dhalia, there is answer to be found in this world.
wait. I look at the altar that was shaking. I just stare at it, then deep breath, and
I'm just going to say, look, we already have our next destination, the library of. Why am I so bad with names? Yes,
The bizarre library.
the bizarre library in Gyram. Dhalia, are you feeling a bit better?
not feeling any worse.
Yes. Well, I am not. Surely, I am not the best with pep talks. My mom would have told me to deal with my mistakes and to not make excuses by feeling sad.
Wait,
But this is not productive.
I don't. Right. It isn't productive.
You are allowed to feel the way you are right now. But I want you to understand that you have a duty, not only to yourself, but to this world, to right your wrong. And that's why I do not want you to let sorrow cloud your vision. You are on a quest, and I do believe that you are smart and strong enough to do it.
When I put my sword into the crack, I saw things. Still don't know if it's the right term, but things related to the space-time continuum.
Could you please describe it for me?
They were rips in reality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I should go and stop whatever is supposed to happen.
Yes, but first, what did you see?
I describe.
All right. So Dhalia explains to you.
I can't. I don't remember. I don't have the memory capacity.
This is why I record these sessions. So later when you want to see it. First you see she saw a flash of visions, rifts being open in places like you saw, one in a deeply cold place in the midst of a snowstorm. You guys can all roll history. Kippy, you can do this with advantage.
Oh, nice.
Shift click for a refresher.
I'm getting to it. I'm
just making sure that you know I'm not going.
Well, it didn't work. Oh, it did work.
Roll 2 natural 2s.
Yeah. In a way, isn't that a 22, wouldn't you say?
It's a 4 if
Yeah.
you want to do proper addition.
I was more
Powell
thinking of just like putting them next to each other, but whatever floats your boat.
Powell, with a 22, you're pretty sure. You're not completely certain, but you have a good idea that a place like this with deep snowstorms is probably in the ice cap in the north, somewhere in the north. She also describes a similar tower, but she remembers the smell of salt in the air, sand,
So near the
seagulls,
sea.
in the sea. You guys can also roll history for that as well too.
Sure.
The higher you get, the more specific I'll be.
Can I
And
roll
you roll all
advantage
these with
again?
advantage, Kippy,
Hooray.
because you're doing the 7. You should know where these places are.
Yeah. Wow. But clearly I did not prepare as well as I should have.
or roll a nature check with advantage. I feel like this is better. Like nature makes more sense because you're trying to figure out by the geography.
I have better nature than history.
Okay, so both
Yeah.
Powell and Kippy understand that is on the eastern coast, on the Sapphire Coast. Not
Mhm.
it's gonna be either around the latitude or the longitude, whichever is proper in this instance, of Miu, or south of Miu in that general area on the coast. So anywhere south of Miu in the Sapphire Coast is where that likely is to be.
Here there's a very handsome captain in the Sapphire Coast.
Yeah. He once was there, no longer. That was I don't know, like
20
13 years ago.
He
He said
lives
this one
on in
thing about-
legend.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And then the last place that she
Wait,
describes is a large rift amidst a battleground with people in green armor and people that look like Drow, Duergar, darker skinned elves fighting. And you guys can roll history or nature, depending on what you like.
Let's go with history.
What is the difference? Yeah, nature is better.
Equally bad with all of them.
Ew.
That's so fitting. Thank you for making the rolls work for this, guys. Thank you. You don't know exactly where this is, but this is definitely in the front. In the southern battlefront. That's all you know. You don't know anywhere specifically. But those are the things that are evoked when she tells you of this tale. All right. So you guys are figuring that out. Like 11:30 at this point. What do you guys want to do? Arsen's
Yeah,
also been left
I
by
just-
himself for this entire time, and the baby's
Yeah,
also
he
been
is the
left by.
baby.
No, he
Should
doesn't
go
have the
check on
baby.
that.
Yeah, the baby's
Oh, we
off
have the
with
baby.
Juliet.
No,
And-
the baby is off with Juliet. She's
Yeah,
taking
Juliet
care
and,
of.
and her granddaughter Jaina.
Yes.
Yeah. I will look at question, GM. On that
Gyram.
19 investigation, did I spot anything that would look like a spell book?
Not with a 19, unfortunately. Maybe if you went to a library, you might find something. One of the bizarre nature.
Yeah, well.
But no. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Question. So, do you describe the big eyes that you saw in your vision, Dhalia? And the two things, do you describe everything or do you leave some things out? That's what I want to know.
Did the eyes feel familiar to me?
No, they did not.
I describe it.
Okay.
You
Why
tell them
does
about
this
the chrysanthemums as well, too?
No.
Okay, so she does leave something out.
Do you think I could roll anything for like the big eyes? Or
Sure,
if there's
I'll
a
roll something for you if
creature?
you'd like, if you're still unable to get on.
Yeah. What do you?
I'll give you like an archon, and I'll do religion.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it.
You rolled a
I'm
natural
going to
20.
cast-
I rolled a
Whoa.
natural 20.
Oh.
So, with a natural 20, the eyes, you remember reading something very, very specific, arcane, and esoteric.
Mhm.
About like an ancient, like a god called the Ancient One.
Right.
All that you know is that a lot of iconography, it's defined by its relation to other gods. So in a lot of your reading in the past, it was described in contrast to another god that it was maybe at odds with, and its icon or its symbolism was a duplication of what the god they are fighting. So in this case, Istis is a single eye. Chunri and Dhalia saw two eyes.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
if it was like fighting, like let's say if this was mentioned on say a random god like Tempest, and her sign is like just a shield. If they're if in mentions of this god, and if it was involving Tempest, they know you'd find the similarity between the Ancient One in different accounts, because it was always referenced that its worshippers always had a double of any god that it was fighting. Does that make sense?
Yes. Basically, it's like an evil version of any gods it's in relationship of.
I wouldn't say evil.
Right?
I wouldn't say evil.
Well, like a mirror version, if you prefer.
All you know is a duplicate. I'm not gonna give you a mirror. All I know is there's always the way that they're represented is two of the icon in which they are fighting.
So the eyes is the weaver, and the two eyes, therefore, are this ancient one.
It seems like it. Like it could be a coincidence. Could be another god with two eyes, because you didn't exactly see it, but it lines up with like something you just remember. Like it's one of these facts, and since you rolled a natural 20, it's like you have that little brain blast moment. Like, oh, I remember reading this from this source and this source and this source, and put it all together, and being like, oh, this could also be it. Like you have a hypothesis. Is what I'll give you, because there's so little written about this god.
Okay. Yeah.
I
think.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I will just look at the Twitters, and I will say, I have theories, but nothing concrete. But first, we need to continue our journey. We cannot stay in the God's Parent for too long. This tier guy lied when he said he knew who she was.
Yeah, he does. I think he was lying.
Well, what I propose then is for us to have a conversation with him.
I don't know. Wait,
Hmm?
why hasn't he come in?
You notice that it's been like 20 minutes and they haven't followed.
Yeah, I'm going to say, remember what they said? What it said on the door, those who seek it will be
But-
denied and only the girl can
But-
enter.
But why were you guys allowed to enter?
Well,
I wasn't.
I
It
I
wasn't
think
Can I-
it's because
insight. Could I roll anything?
Sure,
Really
roll an
just-
insight. Did you just you
I
can
know
roll it, but
this
you just
isn't
unintentionally
why.
roasted your friends. You're just like, why were you guys able to come in?
Yeah. So to be like,
Well,
it's
roast
Gyram
her.
are both gay.
I like to think it's because you want us here, but
Girls
maybe I'm
and
wrong.
gays only in
No,
the
I
Weaver
did-
Tower, honey.
Hmm.
Wait,
you
wait.
you get the understanding that like you were meant to be in here, and maybe in some other interpretation of it, so were they. Others that weren't meant to be in here, why not?
Hmm.
I don't. Okay. I have a question. If I look at the door, if we get
Mhm.
kind of close to the door, is it like, is it closed or is it
It's wide open, like it's open.
wide open? Can we see what's happening outside? We fully
Sure,
left
make a-
our scene in a baby at the hands of
make a
people.
perception check as you get
Yeah.
close.
Hmm.
You see, there's nobody out there.
Hmm.
You know, I'm not very clear on magic and the. I'm not
Hmm.
very well versed in all things aside from death, but is this magic related or is this magic related?
Well, most of the time, if you cannot explain it with mundane means, it's magical. Can I roll something?
Depends on what that something is.
Arcana?
Sure.
I have a question.
What's up?
It occurs to me that the man that we voted not to kill, that was in your
Uh-huh.
curriculum, you lied.
Yeah.
You lied. Is
I
that
lied?
no? He lied. He said that the baby had adoptive parents, Juliet and Jaina. I mean, I'm not saying that they. It just.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not vouching that he was a good person. I was just vouching that we shouldn't kill him.
I'm just.
I don't think all
I d-
bad people deserve to die.
I'm not saying that he deserved. I'm just. What was he trying to do with the baby then? He was definitely trying to kill that child, right?
I mean,
I don't know. I
you
don't
know-
know.
Because he
Well,
definitely
you-
was not trying to bring the baby back to this camp to adoptive parents.
If the way he spoke to me, you know how we feel about ourselves in general, and the fact that this baby was also a drow, I do believe that.
Did we make a mistake by giving the baby to someone from the encampment then? Like, should we go maybe check on the baby?
All right, as you say that, Pow, I will also say the Arcana check. Something magical is
Yeah.
going on. That's all I'll give you with one.
Yeah, I think we
Sure.
are. Yeah, I think Pawolino is going to turn to this and say, I think we are in some sort of dummy plane that can only be accessed by some sort of device proper to this tower. It's quite something.
And whenever you guys want to leave the tower, just click the door out. Like that's what
Yeah.
I'll say too. So that's on y'all.
Do you think
Hmm.
we're going to be in trouble when we leave the tower?
Oh, we're definitely going to be in trouble when we leave this tower.
What
They'll
if,
want, they'll want explanation we are not going to give them.
or what if it's like when Dhalia put her sword in the thing, and even though we experienced it wrong, it's like we never left.
It's possible, but we should not expect.
I guess there's
only one way to find out.
I was about to say that. Could be okay. Well, man, I want to go check on the baby. Like, I'm worried.
All right.
PP, I'm sorry. Even how exactly are you going to go about it, please?
I think Bill.
I assume I'm gonna go up to the woman we gave the baby to and ask if I can see it.
And
Also, I think we should also try and find Gilly, because there is another child.
I
Who
know
is
finding
missing.
Gilly is on the list.
I'm
We
on
are
the list.
leaving. We are leaving for sure, but I wanted to be sure that Dhalia is in the right mind before we do.
Yeah, that's. I think I have a lot of questions, and yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Do you think before we leave, I can make like a last investigation check to see if there's anything that like stuck out to me?
I'm gonna tell you without having to waste your time. You rolled the best you possibly could.
Okay.
I try to roll something. I
I'm
never.
gonna click the door.
Actually, no, you don't. No, just everyone that wants to leave, just leave. And I will not start narrating until everyone is out there. So everyone walks out, and as soon as you cross the threshold, you look back and you see, like, the group of people already are inside, but their inside is different from what you were just in.
Mm.
Behind you is like a similar structure, similar layout of the room, but it's dark. Like, everything is barren. There's like no books. There's nothing there, and there's no altar in the center. It just looks like it's a cave with a lot of collapsed structures in the middle, and it doesn't look anything like where you just were. And you see sort of Tyr go, "Oh man, I expected it to be pretty roughed up in here, but there ain't nothing of use in here." And you see some of the people just sort of like rummaging around. It's pretty bare in there right now, and you look back.
I just say, well, you could always use the material found here to build something else.
He goes, "Right, probably. I'm trying to get my men to figure out exactly what we can do with all this, but truth be told, I appreciate you opening the door last, but nothing really of value in there, is there?"
I think Lieutenant Snowball was the one who opened it. Kiffy said he knocked the Tower of Animals.
He was a World War I veteran in a future life.
In a future life.
I'm going to pretend like I know what any of those words mean, but thank you. Thank you, Lieutenant Snowball. All right.
Is there fish? He likes fish.
He looks around and says, "We're not really in a state to be offering you any food, and we certainly don't have any fish here, but he has my thanks. How about that?
A good snowball.
So at this moment, you see this
Ooh,
door.
I see 2 Lieutenant Snowballs.
At this moment,
You leave with you go in with 1 tiger. You leave with 2.
2.
oh, they're also
It's the perfect room.
You can do a pyramid. You 1 foot on each tiger. You on the very
Gav,
top.
can't I keep the second tiger?
No, you can't.
Please.
All right.
Snowball
Um,
lieutenant.
You see, old Juliet is like sort of holding the baby, and sort of goes, "All right." She wrong voice. All right, he's out for the night. I'm gonna lay him down, but I have some questions for you guys, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'll go to Warren and say, ask away.
And she ushers you to enter her home, her very tiny home. You guys don't have to go inside because it's actually not big enough for all of you.
Okay.
She puts the baby down, and she goes, "So, all of you look pretty young, if I do say so myself. How did you come to get in possession of this child?"
Well, we found it during our travel. We heard
You found a baby on
crying.
your travels?
I know, this is extremely disturbing. This is why we rushed here as soon as we could, because we knew that it was the closest settlement.
So you just found it on the ground?
Well, it was a little bit in the forest. We were alerted by the cry.
Roll a deception check.
Sure. Check. Oh, skill, not.
Look, son, I mean you no harm. I mean this child no harm, but I'd appreciate if you didn't lie to me about it.
Is there anyone near here?
No, he's in the Weaver's Tower, or the facsimile of the
Okay.
Weaver's Tower.
Well, I'll look around and I'll look at Kippy. And I'll say, the truth is, his mother was murdered by a ranger. While traveling, we encountered a drow woman who was chased by a ranger.
You see her face immediately drop.
Mm.
And she goes, "Please, don't tell me her name was Marynin."
It was.
You know her?
She starts to tear up a little bit.
I just give her an handkerchief.
She just sort of nods and says, "Sorry, finish your story."
Well, it's about to be upsetting. This ranger said that she had stolen the baby she was carrying, and that despite a claim that it was his, he was, and I put quotes, too light to really be hers, and that there was a bounty on her head put by the adoptive parents of the kids. We got in the middle, incapacitated both of them, but he slipped past us and unfortunately killed her. After
She's she's visibly shaken. And she kind of cries a little bit.
After this, we incapacitated them, stopped him, and He told us that the adoptive parents were in this settlement, and their name were Jenna and what's the name? Janet and
Juliet and
You're so
Daniel.
bad with names. Juliet
so
and
bad
Jada.
bad with name.
We've said it multiple times today.
I know, I'm
College.
terrible with names. Yeah, the names.
And when you say the name Jana, you see little girl perk up in bed and say, hello? And Juliet goes, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Now go back to sleep. She sort of turns to you and says, you referred him as a ranger. He hasn't been a ranger in a very long time.
You know about the Danger Rangers?
He looks at you, Kippy. She looks at you, Kippy, and says, he was a member of the curriculum out on patrol for the past few years. We've only been in the Weaver's Tower for about 1.5 years now. And a man named Uldrick used to go by the patrols with curriculum. He used to sneak off. But recently, the past 3 months, he came by more often. And he would try to get free meals and woo women for the past years, and he hit it off with our one of our hired servants, as Marynin.
Wait.
And that was almost 1 year ago. And they would talk. And one morning, a few months ago, Marynin wasn't there anymore. She had left. That was maybe 1 year ago. And I haven't heard of her since until you mentioned her now. But I suspect Uldrick charmed her and wooed her, and they ran off. And she looks over at the baby. KB, roll a history check for me.
Still with advantage, or?
Sure. Yeah, rolls advantage. But it's a lot of nat 20s tonight.
Finally, not a 2. Well, half a 2, but
the curriculum is devoutly chaste and like they're very holy, they're very espoused, like they marry once and they only have children with their spouse, and any like infidelity is as worse as like death.
Yeah.
And so knowing that he once was or is a curriculum member and had a child with a drow, you're kind of putting the pieces together as to the extremes he would go.
Yeah. I go up to the group and I say, okay, quietly so the old lady doesn't hear, and I go, okay, 2 things. One, I think this is only proving my idea that he's just a bad guy and it doesn't actually have to do with the organization itself. Right? This is my whole worldview and I really need to know that it's okay. So
Kippy, can you please give us information instead of the conclusion first?
Yeah. I share all this with the group that I think about. He seems like a really bad guy. You don't do that stuff, and if this is his kid, he's gonna come for it probably. Can't leave it here, or everyone here is gonna be in danger.
Marynin, not Marynin, shit, I keep looking at her name. See Juliet go and says, I think this boy would be safe here. I'd imagine that he was only going after Marynin because Marynin could prove that it was is.
Oh, I did not actually connect that. That makes way more sense than what I was. Yeah.
I think it would be good to not mention. I think it would be good for this boy to not be discovered by Uldrick again, and I will do my best. But I'm an old lady too. I can do my best, and I'm raising Jaina as well. But perhaps the new, and she puts her hand over her mouth. Perhaps someone else here will be able to take care of him.
Can I do an insight check on
Sure,
that?
everyone can roll an insight check.
Yeah.
Or can I do perception, actually?
Insight, as it'll allow.
Yeah, I'll do
insight's actually
inside.
pretty good,
Why
too.
not?
Yeah, but it's not great.
Power, do you want to do one or no? Okay, there it is.
Yes. I'll roll.
All right, Power, you
Saving
know.
grace.
Thank God for you.
More specifically, she says, perhaps maybe and stops. She gets the consonant sound G out and then stops herself.
Yeah.
And then goes, perhaps I'll find someone else.
I also got to say, it seems like you already have someone in mind.
Oh, I'm sure one of the ladies here will be fond of helping.
Remember when you told me they were actually lied to you? I hope that you don't lie to me now.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy. Oh, persuasion. Oh, what was I looking up and down for it?
She goes, sweetheart, I'm not lying to you. There are ladies here who would love to take care.
Who is Jay? You started to say a name.
Oh, Guinevere. She's one of the gardeners. She's wanted a child for very long.
Can I inside check that?
Sure.
It sounds like it's a bad idea to directly say, right? Okay.
Why?
You definitely know that's not what the name she was going to say, but
Yeah.
there probably is a Guinevere that exists that's a gardener, but it's probably not the name that she was going for.
I'm going to just look at her and I'm going to say, Madame, I do not appreciate the cloudiness. I feel responsible for this child. I saw his mother die, and if I don't know that he can be cared for properly here, there is nothing you can do for taking me away.
This old lady sort of like steps back and says, honey, I'm not looking for a fight. You can try to intimidate and fear. It's not my news or not my information to tell you. You can speak to Tyr about these types of things, but please don't threaten me in my own home. I'm not going to pretend like I can protect myself from a strong young man like you or your friends, but I don't appreciate being intimidated in my own home. And you could do an old lady and her granddaughter a favor. I think we'd like to go to sleep now. You would please leave my house.
I understand. I apologize for my outbursts, and I will leave you now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. She sort of like ushers you out into the, do you guys leave? Or anything else you want to say to her?
I was just going to leave.
Okay. Dhalia, Kippy?
Bye.
Can I say goodnight to the baby?
It's sleeping, fast asleep. It looks adorable.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Anything for you, Dhalia, or no?
As a child beyond God's Aryn, who is desperately waiting for his own mother to return.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm gonna use my inspiration for this.
Sure,
for
you can
today.
use your inspiration. Oh, that's so
Lily can use
unfortunate.
Lily could use my inspiration as well.
No, she cannot.
I
She
tried.
goes. That's. No child should be without their mother. Like I said, that's not my information to give, and I don't know anything of it. I suggest you'd speak to Tyr about any of this.
Yeah.
Good night.
Like we can't have you. Yeah. Sorry for.
And she'll close the door behind her. At this moment, you guys are like wondering where the heck is Aryn? And we're gonna skip back in time to guys when you guys first entered. Aryn, you see the guard leads you to a door. And he's going to say, and you know this orc. We caught him trying to break into the Weaver's Tower, I don't know, 3 days ago?
He's an old friend of mine.
All right, maybe you can talk some sense in him. He's going to unlock the door, open the door, and you see a familiar-looking orc sitting there, crisscross applesauce. He's in chains, tied to the wall, but he's just reading a book. He has his spectacles on. He looks up and says, "By gosh, Aryn Valnon, in the Gods, Baron. It's good to see you, friend."
Been a long time, Rogan.
It's-
I'd like to turn around at the guard and just go, if you'd excuse me.
I'll make a
Back to
persuasion
you.
check. Just a very low DC persuasion check. I'll stay outside the door. You can leave
do
the
what
door
you
just a
need.
little bit open. I'll stand here and make sure no funny business occurs.
You do what you need to do, sir.
All right, he'll just kind of stand. And the door is a little bit shut. It's not completely closed, but it's shut. And Rogan goes, "I didn't know that the Yakushio the broker..." Oh, wrong accent. "I didn't know that Yakushio the broker was going to send anyone to get me. I was getting cozy here."
Ah. Well, call it a lucky break, friend. Now, you wouldn't happen to know what happened to some of our colleagues, would you?
I know they're all still alive and well. After the job. And look, I didn't know that you and her were close.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I didn't know about the hit. I didn't know about any of it until the end.
You know, Rogan, what's done is done.
I know. I want to apologize. I skipped town quickly after it ended, and I never got to apologize. I know you and her were close.
We were. Now, about that old job, you seem like a smart guy. I'm sure you know a decent amount, yeah? About that old job.
Going to be honest with you, I knew as much as you did. Nunzan, Thud, and Damon, they seemed to know what was going on more than I did. I was just there. Well, as smart as I am, when you're this, and he sort of gestures to himself, and he's at least 7'1", 350, just steel, and he's completely jacked. He goes, "They don't typically see past the veneer, and they told me as much as I needed to know to break in."
Right. Well, who got you into it?
Again, Aryn, I know as much as you do.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure, absolutely. He's hard to read. He could be telling the truth, but, you know, he runs in the Yakushi circles. He goes, look, I don't know who hired it. Again, they kept me in the dark. I know as much as you did, but Nunzar, maybe Thud, Damon for sure would know. I haven't seen them. The broker and Yakushi sent me here to get some scrolls and documents from the tower. It hasn't been opened in years, and they want me to get some documents and some scrolls. I don't know what for. But the person that hired me is back in Miyu. They could have more information. I know where Nunzar could be. I could tell you where they are if he lifts up his shackles. And I wouldn't be a good businessman if I didn't negotiate.
Right. Well, tell you what. I might, if you can, quid pro quo. You give me what you know, and I may just work my magic here.
I cannot ask for anything more than that. I know vaguely of where Nunzar and Thud are. Damon is the one, you know how he was. Kept to himself. Self-proclaimed leader of sorts. But Nunzar, I think the last I'd heard, he was leaving Cridwood to do a job in, I think, Ririn's bounty up in Penelia. I think someone had an issue with one of Lord Ray's policies, and they wanted something done about it. At least something explosive, at least.
Right, so they sent the nut job. All right, makes sense.
He lifts up the chains. I'd say that's one piece of information He has multiple, so he has this will probably do with the hands.
Sure. And I'm just gonna try to do it as stealthily as I can.
Sure. Roll a thieves tool check.
There we go. Yes, I'd like to use them.
Easy enough. Breaks it off and goes, thank you. Well, for Thud, that old fucker. He mentioned after the job he was going up to the ice cap, I believe. And you won't believe what for.
Surprise me.
A religious pilgrimage. I never took him
Really?
for much of a religious bird. Exactly. But I think it's his girl. You know how those Kenku are.
Yeah. Always with fucking...
And he points to his last chains. I believe it's time for you to supply some quo to my quid.
One more quid. The broker.
All right. Damon. Well, he was seen in a number of places. Here in Go. I think he was up in Northwatch. I think there were some sightings of him on the front. I recently heard in Miyu. I heard there was a job overseas. I thought he might be resupplying in the Crown lands in Sado. To be honest with you, I don't really know where he is. He frankly could be anywhere. I wasn't super close to the guy, and I know Nunzar and Thun would know more if you saw them first.
Right.
But that's what I got.
So, just to go through here, Nunzar is in Ryryn's bounty.
Mm-hmm.
Thud would be an ice cap, and then Damon could be anywhere from Go to Sato, yeah?
Anywhere in between.
Right. One more quid, and then I'll give you the broker. How much do you know about him?
As much as you do. He is a elusive figure.
Right.
And look, I know you probably don't think I'm good for it, but I'll help you find Nunzon and Thud on our way back. It's the least I could do. I didn't know Aryn about her and how much she meant to you. I didn't know about it. But there is something that is worth mentioning. And if you agree to take me with you back to Go, I'll be happy to divulge. It's about her.
If you fuck me, I'm gonna come for you. You know that, right?
I wouldn't doubt it. You're one of the few people in this world I would not like to get on the bad side of. Got plenty of good sides. Sort of looks you up and down. But a bad side is not something I'm eager to see.
All right, you're as big as you are, Charmin. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that other lock.
Okay.
God damn it.
Go ahead and roll that. Easy enough. These are not like high quality chains. Like you, and he stands up and you see for the first time like he's sitting down because he cannot stand up. The roof is so low and he's so tall. He goes, "Oh, thank God."
Remember,
I guess you have to figure out what you're going to tell the god. They seem like good folk. I do think so. If you just explain to them what I was doing here, I don't think they'd be remiss to start a fuss. I'll stay in here until you figure it out.
right. You think worst comes to worst, big man, you'd be able to,
I'd rather not resort to violence. As much as it might surprise all of you, I prefer this muscle to the rest of the other ones that I have.
I see. Well, let's give this a shot.
All right. Do you step outside?
I do, and I'm gonna try to keep the door kind of.
Sure.
Hold on, actually, before I go out, listen. Just stay in the chain, okay?
This is not my first rodeo.
Just making sure, big guy.
All right, so
No,
you
go
step
ahead.
outside. You try to keep the door closed. As you step outside, almost like it was movie magic, you guys also leave the house of Juliet at the same time that Aryn walks out. And you see him leaving that house as you guys all walk out.
How did things go with the kid?
Mediocre to okay, I would say. Not bad. Not good.
It's worse than we thought.
I think the man the man that we let go was the father of the baby.
Fuck him in.
Very likely actually.
Not a very nice person.
Yeah, and I'd say in a more whispered tone, and I think Gilly's here, and they're probably going to keep her as a resident.
The resident?
No,
Like
like
she
there's
moved here?
prisoner. No, like they probably
Oh, a
just
prisoner as a resident.
I just
They
elbow
force
key.
citizenship on her.
I just like elbow key. I just elbow Kippy.
You're so
that's
tall, you
very-
just elbow him in the head.
Ow!
I
Ow!
have-
You're
I
so
have minus
bony.
two
Why
strength.
is your elbow so bony? It really
Because-
hurt.
I have no pulpit. This is
Uh,
something that's been established before.
Kipster and Pawolino, make me a perception check.
Yeah. Perception you asked for, right?
Hmm.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Yay, Kippy.
Ooh.
hipster
Good
and
rolls all around.
Both of you
Me.
hear. Both of you hear. Wait, does this force you over here? You hear a door come from over
Ooh, it
here,
did.
open and shut.
Well, it's dark. I can't see anything. You just
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
point.
very.
Ah.
You haven't
Oh,
been there yet.
Did you hear? Did
Arcene,
you
by the
hear
way,
that?
uh,
I can't tell. My ears are ringing. You just hit me with an elbow.
Yes, I just heard that, Kippy.
Okay,
It's not
so it's
me.
not my ears ringing.
did you hear anything, Arcene?
Wait here, and I'm going to just stealthily make my way towards the noise I heard.
I'm gonna go as well to the noise I heard. I will
Okay.
also go stealth.
Both of y'all make stealth checks.
Yeah.
You
I
missed
hope
it.
you are not bringing the tiger.
No. Lieutenant Snowball will stay here with the other two.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Oh, Arcene, you missed
12.
it.
It's not bad.
Arcene, you missed it. We went to the Weaver's Tower.
Oh, how did that go?
War flashbacks. You see, she's post-traumatically stressed.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are able to. You guys can move. I'll move you guys over there.
Okay, thank you.
You guys are able,
Again.
and you see there is a. Oops, sorry, Kipperson. There's a door here that you're able to.
Is this the door we think we heard?
Yeah, it's in the same direction.
Yeah, can I come just close from it and try to open it?
Yeah, click it.
Oh, where is
Oh,
the door?
Yeah, there's no door button on this one.
Yeah.
I'll get a little closer.
Oh, yeah, here. Oh, but there's a guard.
Oh wait, I don't see it. Am I at the wrong
I see
door?
the door and I see
Oh,
the
you might not
guards.
be able to see it because I put the door.
Oh,
Sorry,
it's
no,
not
no,
this
no,
little
not the door,
fence
not the door.
here.
It's over here. It's right over here. I just think you can't see it. I think it's shrouded.
Oh. No, I see
Oh.
it now. I was looking
No,
at
no,
the
no.
wrong thing. Oh.
It's not. It's
No,
not.
no, I
Oh.
don't see
It's
it.
not this door. There's a door right here.
Yeah, I don't
But you
see
guys,
it.
Where?
you guys can't
Yeah,
see it.
can't
I
see
think
it.
it's behind the. It's behind the shade. But it is locked. And I'll open it for you if you want to roll something for it.
Yes, can I
Yeah.
try to roll maybe sleight of hand?
You need lock picking things, or
Okay.
to do something without disadvantage.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just look at Kippy and I'll say, let's go and pick the others.
Yeah.
Actually,
I also just want to mention
Sure.
too, if like two of you sneak away, that's fine. If the entire fucking group walks to a place, that's the most
Yeah.
conspicuous thing that could ever happen.
I think we
by
keep
the
this
way,
just.
how far am I from the others? How far am I from the others?
I don't know if
now.
you can see. You're probably
Where?
30-ish feet.
30-ish
I think
only?
we just gotta.
Yeah, 30-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
try to
message.
pick the lock.
I'm going to message Arcene.
Okay. Make
I'm-
make a dexterity check flat with disadvantage.
Wait, no, Kippy, don't do that.
Why?
Because we know someone who is good with luck. It's fine. Don't have to do everything. I promise. Doing great.
You can roll if you like. You don't have to listen to him.
Like, it's not like a one and done. Like, if I get it wrong, it's not like we can't open the lock, right?
Who knows? Depends on how poorly you do.
Oh, what's my dexterity?
With disadvantage, because you don't have
Oh,
any
with
tools. You're literally going there with your your hands and maybe like an arrow.
Maybe I'll wait for RC.
I'll message Arcene. I'll say, with, like, message 120 feet. I don't have to see it. Or, yeah.
Yeah,
So, like,
you're fine. Good.
yeah, I'm just going to say, Arcene, there is a lock to pick. come here, but don't go straight in the same direction we came up with. Warn Elsie.
In the meanwhile, Arsene, I guess you're talking to the guard now, who's asking you. So, what are you gonna do with him?
I'd like to bail him out if I could. The poor fucker. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him, but I'm sure it was some misunderstanding, and I have some gold.
Are you asking me to turn a blind eye? And for how much are you asking me for it? He looks at you.
10 gold pieces.
Oh, I hardly can say no to a reformed soul. He puts his hand out. You only have 10 gold, so that's your entire stock, my guy.
That's fine.
Okay.
I take out my bag and I put it in his hand.
All right, mark off 10 gold and say, all right, I'll let Tyr know in the morning that he was bailed out and that he had a good reason. I mean, he was just lurking around here. We took him inside because he didn't look no good, but I mean, 10 gold is as loud as anything else.
Hey, I'm glad the justice system is doing its job.
So corrupt.
He shakes the bag. I'm glad to.
Mm,
All right. Well, you won't be free till the morning, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, then I appreciate your time, good sir. And I'll be back. I'm just gonna walk past him.
Okay.
And as I walk past, I give the big guy a thumbs up.
He smiles and goes back to reading.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna go ahead.
Make a stealth check.
Sure.
Yeah, you're fine. No one sees you.
Cool. I'm gonna go around this corner here. I'm around. All right. Where's the door?
It's right in front of you. You see the door in front of you.
Are we? Is he at the Weaver's Tower?
No, he's over.
Or where
Doll,
is
you're
he?
over here just trying to chill with Lieutenant Snowball. They're over here.
This is an ample opportunity for you to make friends with Lieutenant Snowball. I really believe in you.
The cat just kind of
Can't
looks
hate
at
you
you
forever.
and just stretches out, yawns, and opens its big toothy maw and just sits down. Starts trying to take a nap.
I lay at a suitable. I also take a nap.
At a safe distance.
Okay.
I don't want to encroach on his space. He already
Try
doesn't.
to cuddle. He's a cuddler.
I reach forward and I wait for him to react. You know how you're supposed to do it with animals.
Smart.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, make an animal handling check.
Come on, Lily. Earn my cat's love.
You know, I need the inspiration for this. What a. Give me a sec.
In the meanwhile, Arsene, you meet up with your friends. You guys are literally hiding in that bush.
mm.
All right. So why this door? Why this
There
one?
is. I think this is where they have Kitty.
We heard a noise.
Well, let's get to it, and I'll go ahead and do the thieves' tools.
All right, go ahead and use them.
Can I have advantage on animals?
Oh!
Okay. Kippy cracks his knuckles.
With a natural one, you see one, your thieves' tools break. You can no longer use them.
Ooh.
They snap. Secondly, as you're trying to get one of the final pins up, one of the hooks gets caught, and you actually rip out one of the pins.
Mother.
Wow.
And you hear movement inside the room.
Shit.
I
Scatter.
kind of look at Pawolino and go,
You see, Dhalia, you see this. The three of you guys don't see this. But Tyr, like, seems to have heard something behind him. He turns around, and begins walking.
I'm already around the corner. Hey, fucking idiot, scatter. Go, move.
Tyr turns the corner and sees the two of you there.
Oh, did I
Yeah.
not make it out in time?
Can I immediately rush him and fully, as silently as I can, just knock him out?
Sure. I guess we're gonna go into initiative with just the two of you.
Okay.
Good luck trying to knock this guy out, my
utility-
guy. He might fuck
Roll
you.
initiative.
Here, wait, Raph.
Yeah.
I'm hidden right behind the wall here. I guess I can't see him even from where I am, but I can.
I'll put you in initiative if you want to be into initiative.
Yeah, I want to be able to just like hit him from around the corner, but I can't see him from my perspective here.
Let me try to move you.
Yeah. Because I don't want to be like visible. I just want to.
I can put you here, and then you can just make a stealth check as it's happening. Did
Yeah.
you roll for initiative, my guy?
I am rolling for initiative right now.
Me too.
Hopefully. I think it rolled for initiative.
Yeah, it
Another
did.
10?
Everyone got a. Oh wait, no. We have 2 13s. I just need. All right. Well, we're going in, boys and girl.
Yeah, did it roll for me my initiative?
It did not. I'll roll for you.
No,
Oh, it did. You're at a 15. You're going first.
Okay, yeah.
I don't see Gyram.
It's coming. It's taking its sweet ass time, but if you tell me you said I rolled, right?
Yeah, you're at 15. Your turn.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to rush him very
Okay.
quickly, and I'm going to attack.
Okay. Go.
Like,
We have to move him close to him and then make an attack.
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I can move.
Wait, sorry. Let's bring.
And
it back.
it's alt right to select
Yeah.
a target.
Yeah.
Left click alt, right?
Yeah. Alt left click. Yep.
I don't know why it doesn't want to
You want me to roll for you?
let me. Can you target him for me?
I can't target him for you, but I can attack for you.
Okay, yeah, please do it. Oh, I have 2 attacks.
You hit him with a rapier.
Okay, but
And then offhand attack.
yes.
Also hit with a rapier.
Okay.
You poking at him. He looks fine. He just looks surprised and he yells, "Men, to arms! We're being under attack!"
Shit.
Shit.
And now it could be your turn.
Okay, I don't think I'm gonna shoot this person. I was thinking like if Gyram would hit him for like a lot and I need a little more I could do, but like
I really thought I would do more damage too.
yeah,
It show you hover
I'm
over him.
bail-
It shows
I'm-
his like health, right, or like his estimate.
I can't
right?
see any of them. Kippy's bailing. Kippy's going with our scene. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Pawolino. Just a kid.
No, I cannot see his initiative. You cannot see his HP.
But you can, when you hover over him, does it say like anything about his
No.
health?
Barely injured.
Okay, that's what you're supposed to see.
Okay.
Is that it for you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm out of
That's all right.
combat if I can.
Now it's his turn.
Didn't mean to.
He is going to rain down hell.
Shield.
It's. I don't think that even hits. Just hits. Or did you shield up?
Yes, I did shield up.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just reverse that. Okay. Make sure. Did you cast a spell?
Yeah, I did cast a spell.
Okay, yeah. And it did not hit.
So I need my 7 temp HP back,
There you got it
please.
back. There you go.
Yeah.
I need to take a second attack.
Okay. My AC is like
24.
24. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Alright, he misses. Right, next up is gonna be his guard's turn. He's gonna go behind you and flank you. comes in and he is going to attack you with advantage.
All the while. God. Really?
For a total of.
It does not hit because you're a scoundrel.
Okay. Yeah.
He's gonna take a second attack to shove you to the ground. So make me an
Oh.
athletics check.
Can it be acrobatics, right?
Sure.
Okay.
You're fine. He doesn't shove you. Pow, it's your turn. You were surrounded.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay. Bonus action. I'm going to activate my blade song for
Okay.
even more AC.
Yeah, you can click it. It'll add your AC on there. I
Yeah.
did this. You don't think I went on a coding bender for nothing? Everything is automated.
Feature. Where is my blade song? Yeah. Blade song. Let's go, bitches. And then as an action,
Hmm. Maybe I'm gonna
Should
move
I-
you from
should- should I-
initiative.
yeah. Should I be extra?
Yeah.
Let's do as an action. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think you see Pawolino is going to like stash one of his armor.
Whoever's moving, don't move. You can't move that fast.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
sorry.
Like Pao is going to just stash one of his rapier, then he's going to like look around, and then he's going to conjure Shadow Blade.
Okay.
As I cast Shadow Blade. That's going to be fun. Yeah. So, spell, and that's going to be. Wait, can I immediately attack when I cast Shadow Blade? Sorry, I need to read the spell. I know.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah, I know. I just want to know if I can immediately attack when I cast Shadow Blade. The magic sword lasts until the spell. Yeah. It says nothing about
Yeah, you can
if
attack. Go and attack.
I can attack with it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to attack. It's a light weapon with the proficiency. So I'm just going to do my rapier.
Sure.
And because I'm in darkness, I have advantage.
Okay.
So let's do rapier. Can you please do it for me? Because apparently I cannot target to save my life.
Cool. You don't hit. Oh, you have advantage. You have advantage.
Yes.
You hit.
Okay, so that's 2d8 plus 5 psychic damage on the general.
Okay. And your turn?
Yeah. Why did you roll 1d8?
Huh?
It's 2d8 plus 5.
That was your regular damage. I'm adding it in the background. Don't worry.
Okay.
I know I know what I'm doing.
Okay, no problem. I'm just.
He's gonna call more people to help him, and people are gonna full ass surround you.
Okay.
You have to
Let's go.
surrender. You're gonna die.
Yo, you gotta run or you gotta turn yourself in.
You guys don't realize I'm making a diversion right now, hoping that you guys will get what I'm doing.
Someone roll me a d20.
Lily.
That will miss with my Shadow Blade though.
Dude, I
20,
know.
that will
Dude,
miss.
I know what your AC is. Also, you didn't declare Blade Song, dude.
I did declare Blade Song.
It did not catch.
Are you sure?
Why
Wait,
did
Lily, you rolling that d20 or what?
oh, okay. It's for sure. Okay.
For luck.
There you go. Now you got blades.
14?
Okay. Good to know.
Oh, 19 plus 4 is what my AC, right?
Yeah, you're 23 right now, my guy. You're
Yeah, so
chilling.
shield.
You're chilling.
Shield for 28.
That didn't even hit you. You're fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
This guy's turn. Keep chunking away at you.
Okay.
Both two.
I want you to make me strength saving throw.
Why?
You don't think I didn't come prepared for fighting a blade singer?
Strength save, right?
Yep. You're fine. You still pass.
Oh god.
Now it's time for the next guy's turn. I want you to make me another strength saving throw.
Oh my god.
Oh no, con saving throw.
Can't save. And it's not to keep concentration, I suppose.
Nope. You see. Actually, you don't see. Like a small bead of like green appear from somewhere and hit you in the back of the neck, and you're going to take 5 points of poison damage.
Okay. I need to make a con save, but I have +3 instead of. No, I have +2 instead of -4.
Yeah.
So con save. Let me do the same.
Did it prompt you to make one?
Yeah, because I took damage. It's
Yeah.
for the Shadow Blade.
Yeah.
And it did not.
Okay. You lose it.
No, because that would be 9 + 2, 11. I'm good.
Okay, you don't lose it. You're good. Okay, next up, you see this door open, and out walks a familiar face. Gilly.
Yes.
She sees you and yells, "Tia, stop! Stop! I know them! They're friends!" And gonna roll persuasion.
What the fuck?
Gilly, roll persuasion. You see Tyr on his turn and say, "How about you tell your friend to stop attacking me, Gilly?" But on his turn, he's not gonna make any attacks on you.
Okay.
You see the bandits also don't make any other attacks at you, and they all just wait and hold their actions to your turn.
Yeah. So if it's back to my turn, I'm just going to go back. I'm going to just look at Gideon and say, "We were sent here to save you."
Do you do anything else?
No, I'm waiting for a reaction.
All right, on her, she responds with,
Yeah.
"Just stop attacking Tyr and the rest of the people here. Please."
I'm not taking out my blade song, but I dismiss my shadow blade and I say, "We have to have a talk."
Okay. Are you gonna make any more offensive actions?
No.
All right. Well, effectively drop out of initiative. Wrong one.
Kimmy's in around the corner.
This took like 20 seconds, 15 seconds of like some fighting, but you see all the guards are circling around Pawo, and Gilly's there. Everyone who was around rushes to it, like Aryn, Kippy are all around Dhalia and LTS around the corner to see what's going on. See, there was a scuffle. And You see Gilly goes, "You were sent here to do what, Powo?"
Your husband sent us here to rescue you.
You see Tyr goes, "Oh, to rescue her? Is that what you're on about?" And Gilly goes, "Oh, goodness. He wasn't supposed to send anyone after me."
What was he supposed to do when he found the bed empty, traces of struggle?
He just was supposed to assume that I was lost. I didn't think he was going to send anyone after me. Look, you don't understand. None of you understand. Just...
You want to
If
leave?
you wanted to terminate your union, you should have said it instead of running.
How the fact that you just said terminate a union shows me how little you understand of how marriage works. It's more complicated than that.
Yeah. What about...
You don't know what I had to give up. What I have to continue to give up.
What about Thomas?
Look, I'm not proud of what I had to do. But Aryn can raise him fine. I just don't know how much we were in debt. The Akushi were breathing down our necks, and Aryn just wanted one more job.
Should have still said goodbye.
She looks over at Tyr and goes, then the harmless. And Tyr sort of is like patching up his wound and says, "That's a relative way of thinking about it, but if you promise not to attack me anymore, you can talk to Gilly if you want. More than I was expecting when you paid me to do this." And Gilly goes, "They're not going to attack, I promise." He looks at you, Powo.
I just look at him and I'm just going to say, do not worry. I have no need to use violence now.
Alright. Jesus Christ, man. I've never seen a person move that quickly with their swords. You gotta teach me some of that when you're done. Sorry.
I am sorry for the psychic damage inflicted. You should go and lay down.
It's alright. He doesn't look injured at all. He's a hardy motherfucker. So yeah. Gilly's kind of standing there. You guys are all around her and she has her head hung low.
I don't know if I want to talk to her.
I enter the room. I look at Kippy and I say, Kippy, it's not about what you want to do. Sometimes you need to hear people.
Okay. I go inside.
I just pat his head and say, I get you.
It's Paolo.
And yeah, I think we just find it like tables and we just all sit around and I say, let me start by asking you this before anything else. If it was so complicated, so dangerous there, why let your son in this situation? Why not running away with him?
It was easier to get out. It was just me. Aryn can take care of our son. I'm confident in that. I wasn't confident in his ability to take care of me. Look,
Can I
don't. I know he sent you here to get me back. Please, I can't. Just tell him that I died in a fight or a struggle. I can't and I will not go back.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Just one thing. You say that I do not understand what you had to give up, what you were still giving up. Could you please give me an example? Just one.
How I'm in no mood to give you my life story. I ran away from all of this. What are you going to do? Knock me out and take me back there? I'm not going back, Paolo.
I'm not.
I can see from
Not
how you're
gonna
dealing with things
lie.
as typically quick to violence, but I don't know what you expect to happen here.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go, Tommy, and I'm gonna. What do you want me to tell him? When I said you wouldn't come back, and he asked why. What do you want me to say? Because I'm not gonna lie.
She looks down.
He's 6 years old. 6.
He's better off without me.
Yeah, you're
Seems
probably
like a-
right.
Just tell him that I died. I was taken.
We're not doing that. No child deserves to be lied to.
When
Oh,
he asks why his mommy didn't want to come back, what should we tell him?
Look, I don't know about y'all, but what difference does it make? She's clearly not coming back. And I agree. She is a scumfuck for it. But
You
What
can
would
say
you
whatever
better
you'd
do?
like, Arsene,
I don't give a fuck what you have to say, okay?
but you're going to listen. You speak all these big platitudes. You speak like a man who has never been hurt. I see it in your eyes. That's not a front. That's not pretending. That's something that you've
But at
lived
least I'm
through.
trying to make amends for it.
I think what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to look at her in the eyes, and I'm going to use my own Art of Darkness feature where I can look people in the eyes and they immediately see all the shit I've been through because of my condition.
Sure.
And I just look at her in the eyes and I say, I know what hardship is. And I can promise you that if running away is how you think you can deal with it, then you are the lowest of the low that can be found on this plane.
What are you trying to achieve with that? If I'm going to make you roll
Right
for something,
now,
what are you trying to achieve?
I want her to be extremely ashamed of herself. I don't even know if it's persuasion or intimidation or whatever. I just want her to be extremely ashamed of herself and just realize just how she's fucking over her kids.
Sure. Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Persuasion. Advantage.
Okay. Good to know. She looks very ashamed in herself.
Yeah.
She goes, starts crying, first and foremost.
Mm.
I've regretted the decision ever since I made it, but I can't go back now. I left. You want me to turn back to my son and every day look at him and say that I left? I regret it. I do. You're right. He looks at you, Arsene. Yes, I'm scum. I am the lowest of the low.
Look,
But do I just turn around and come back? I made this decision
Yes.
and I left him.
I'm going to tell you something my mom tells me every time. It's not about the mistake. It's already done. It's about what you learn from it and how you act after it that matters. You are not owed forgiveness from your son for living, but what you owe to him is trying to be there for him because he only has you. You are his mother. Act like it.
She looks over at you, Kippy. And for just a second, you can see that in her eyes she remembers the conversation you and her son had had. And she cries up and tears up a little bit more and says, I was so stupid. I was so stupid. You're right. All I can do is try. Running away is not going to fix our problems. It's not going to fix his problems. It's not going to make them easy. It's going to make them harder. I will return with you.
That is good to know.
Well, hopefully you stick to that. Good on you.
One more thing.
Sure.
There is a newborn here that has been brought by us. He has no place to be, and while someone here promised to take care of him, I don't think I feel comfortable leaving him in a bandit camp.
If you're asking for us to take another child, we can barely afford the one that we have now. This is a good place. They can take care. I don't imagine his baby's life is going to be any better back in Hell's Edge than it would be here.
I understand. Can I roll insight check on that? Just for like peace of mind.
Sure. She seems to believe what she's saying.
Okay, yeah, it's a bit of what she's saying. Okay.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do? Gilly, before she retires. It's past midnight.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just that I'm going to say to Geodorus, as she's retired, I assume like we go out and I just say, I think we should have some turn in front of her house, just in case she's trying to escape again in the night.
I mean, whether or not she does escape, I don't think it matters, right? If she does, she goes right back to who she was. And we leave a kid. Motherless, sure, but a mother who would abandon the child may be worth much. Right?
I agree with Arsene. I don't think there's a point in guarding the door. If she's here in the morning, she's made her choice.
Being a mother is a hard task, and if she doesn't want to be one, then there's no point in making her act like one. She's not going to be good at it anyways.
I think we should take a vote for tomorrow. Are we gonna leave the baby here, or are we gonna find it someplace else?
What would we do with the baby, KP? Honestly.
What did you say? I didn't hear what you said, Arsene.
Oh, what would we do with the baby anyway? If it
No, it's
has a
like,
home,
do we think this is a good home? That's what I'm asking.
Kippy, unfortunately, I don't know if we have the luxury for goods. Maybe we have to settle for decent.
Okay.
You know what? We don't have, this doesn't have to be forever. You know? We know where he is. We can always come back once we are better able to protect him. You know?
Well, I mean, if it ends up being okay here, then I don't want to like rip a baby out from like another family. That
yeah,
seems.
what are we, thieves in the night?
That seems. Like, I
No,
think we're
no.
either leaving the baby here or we're taking you with us. There's no like maybe we'll come get it later.
I mean, do we have the resources to take care of this thing?
For now, I will say no. There is no way.
I guess there is no question.
Mm.
Fingers crossed we got it right, yeah?
Mm. Yeah.
Do you think Marynin had a chance to give the baby a name before she died?
Who can say?
Probably.
Because
Even
we keep
question, GM. Yeah. Do you think at any moment Marynin refer to the baby with a name?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
We should name the baby.
We should not name the baby.
We shall not name the baby. He's
We are
fine.
going to get attached to the baby and we're gonna.
Oh, but I
I'm
already
already
came up.
attached to the baby.
I already thought of one. Aryn. We take out the M from the mother's name, and then we nickname the baby Nin.
Yeah, we did do that, didn't we?
Look,
I mean, it's a good name. It's an homage. It's yeah.
It just. It's a lot. And I don't know about you, but. You know, my lifestyle, it maybe wouldn't be great for a kid.
I mean, I don't think we can take care of a baby right now. I've always wanted a family, but I don't think these are the circumstances I want it to happen.
So I guess we're leaving the baby here.
Not much of a choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go curl up by Lieutenant Snowball and go to bed. Kippy's exhausted.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are just like, you guys can just camp down. Like, you have tents. You're gonna hang
Yeah.
out in the middle there. Is there anything anyone wants to do before they go to sleep?
Yes. Actually,
Sure. What would you like to do?
I would like to try to go back inside of the tower, like the real place.
Sure. You go back in the tower. You
can I
walk
go
through.
with him? Can I go
Um,
with them?
Are you gonna tell Dhalia you're gonna do it, or are you trying to do
I
this by
mean,
yourself?
I'm not trying to be like stealthy about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, you guys go to the tower. You cross the threshold.
mm,
It's the same. It's shabby. Like, it's not. You don't go back. You cross the threshold. You don't go to the new place. You just go to the ruins that
Mm.
everyone else can see.
okay. Pawolino is just going to look around, look at the sky. Can we see the sky from where we are?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He's just going to like close his eyes and just do like a little prayer to the weaver and just
Okay.
going to say, "Dear Istos, I spent my life thinking it was you cursed me, and now I realize I was wrong and jumped on the first probable conclusion. For that, I am sorry."
Make me a religion check.
Sure.
Okay, good to know. Does anyone else want to do anything?
Uh-uh.
Okay. So all you guys can take a long rest. You can go into your character sheets
Hey.
and click a sweet long rest. Guys sleep for roughly 8 hours.
Mm.
And it comes to morning time. Everyone's awake, alive, enthusiastic.
I'm awake, alive, enthusiastic.
You see Gilly is waiting at the gates in the front of the place. As well as a large orc man who only Arcene recognizes. And the two of them are just talking.
I'm up and down. But first, I was skipping this morning.
What?
How you doing, Kip?
This morning.
It's a little down.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bleak evening, even if it was a little like. It's nice that the mom returned. It's crazy how much it took to get her to.
Yeah, I think Pawolino just goes to Kippy and says, I am not good with pep talks, like I said again, but I want to say that during your travels, you will encounter people that are way worse than this woman. But what I don't want it to happen is for you to lose this kindness that is in your eyes, because it's very rare. I rarely saw that in my life, you know?
You know, I read so much to get ready to go out on this big adventure, and I really thought I was ready for like the whole world, and that I was just gonna like walk in and just like everything was gonna fall into place and it was gonna be perfect. And you can read as many books and think you're ready, but you meet the people and I'm gonna try to stay positive. That I just want to see someone do something nice just for the sake of being nice. I just really need to see that happen.
Maybe this person is you, and you'll inspire other people to do the same.
Thanks, Pally. That means a lot.
And I just like tap his head again. And
I
I
do gently, but he's so little, it's just like, ow.
Damn it.
And I go towards the cart.
Okay.
I'll come with you.
You see Tyr is out there, still patching up his wounds. And you see Juliet with her little daughter Jaina and the baby holding it, and they're sort of standing outside their door, and they're gonna wave to you guys. Tyr sort of goes, I'll certainly say that your stay here was eventful. Please don't come back unless you bring better news. But I wish you safe travels, and I hope you get to where you're going quickly. He looks at the orc, looks back at you, Arcene, and goes, I'm just not going to ask any questions. Just keep him out of our things.
Yeah. I want to go towards Juliet.
Sure.
And I want to say, once again, I want to apologize for my outburst of yesterday, but
Sweetheart, don't worry about it. It's okay.
I'm going to just like take out my pouch with like my 10 gold pieces.
She puts her hands up. Means we have no use for gold out here. Please keep it.
Certainly.
Just promise you something.
Yes.
Just you seem like a very smart and headstrong young man. Rail thin, I might say, but headstrong. Promise me you'll use that big head of yours first before you do anything rash.
See, he just think about it for a second and it's like, I feel like I am already doing something rash, but I'll try not to intimidate charming old woman in the future. And I smile at her, trying to like...
She smiles back and says, that and don't rush the leader of an entire compound by yourself when all of his guards are around.
Oh, there...
Just a heads up. Because if you're not using your noggin, then who's gonna save all the babies that are left for dead?
That is true.
She pinches her cheek.
Also, I just like...
She's much shorter than you, so she has to like strain and go on her
Yeah.
tiptoes to do it.
Yeah. I just smile back at her and I say, till next time, because there are never true goodbyes.
She smiles and says, farewell. Is there anything else anyone else other than Powell wants to do anything before they leave?
I want us, before we left the lady, we came. Yeah, I'm not sure if Marynin had a name for the child, but we thought Marynin, basically Marynin's name without the M, would be fitting. You could maybe nickname the child Nin. Of course, if that doesn't work out, you guys can
Make a charisma check.
You know what? I think it's a good name. It's like a... I don't know if it's
Anyway, I
a
can give her
good
the
name,
help action.
but I like the idea behind it. That's
Sure,
what
you
I'm
can give her the
going
help
to say.
action.
Does it also go by Aryn for short? I feel like
Aaron would work.
Aryn.
Yeah,
20?
Aryn and then...
She says,
Ooh.
I like that. Aaron for short. And I'll be sure to let him know as soon as he can listen how great his mother was. And the great 4 individuals that brought him back here.
Call us the pacifiers.
She like stifles a snort and goes,
I cast
I see what
message
you
and
did
I say,
there.
Please, yeah, I just cast message to her and I say, please do not call us that.
She says out loud,
And our
I
shtick
wasn't
is we
planning
save
to.
a baby in every town.
Yeah.
I hope for the baby's sake that doesn't happen. But farewell to all of you. Anyone else? KP? Arsene?
No, I
Head
think my
out.
business is more or less attended to. Maybe.
Wait, did we incinerate the body or did we
Buried
bury
it.
Buried.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we buried it.
I feel like we should also give a general location of the bodies.
Why? Oh,
So
like
Oh,
the
I-
man.
Like
Yeah,
maybe
that
if he
makes
wants
sense.
to go and... I guess in the future, if you want to go on his mother's storm, I see what she did there, yeah?
Sure, yeah,
There's
you
no-
let him
is
know
the-
where
do we
it's
like a
at.
Stone?
What,
Yeah,
sorry?
Did we put a stone like when we?
You put
Yes,
markings,
yes,
yeah.
remember,
You put
I
like
put
two.
I put like a wood sculpture on it.
Yeah, you let them know, and they'll be like, okay. They're like, surely we'll visit when we can. He says no. He'll know his mother's with him whenever he's in the forest.
Oh, and if this man's ever come back, Tell him that if he touch any of you, I'll track him and find him.
I'll leave the threatenings to Tyr. But your sentiments duly noted, son. Pinches your cheeks again. And you guys are on your way?
Yeah.
Okay, I need someone who's helming the cart with the horse to make a survival check.
This would be the Kipster back at the wheel.
Likely the Kipster back at the helm.
You know what? I think I'm going to be in front with the Kipster this time.
Oh, yeah.
The 16-year-old has been phenomenal behind the.
Yeah. Can
He's
I give
been
him the
king.
help action?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You want to do what me and Aryn were doing? We can each take a rein. It's not an effective way
Sure.
of driving. Perfect. So we'll roll with advantage. It's pretty good.
With a 21, you pick up the trail very well. You're making good time. You'll probably get there you'll probably get home after one night's rest. You're able to avoid all of any potential pit traps or anything like that. You take a different route home because you've kind of figured out the lay of the land.
Less bumpy, right? Less potholes.
Far less bumpy.
potholes.
It's very well traveled. And you see in the meanwhile, Gilly's keeping to herself. She's not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
You see Rogan, who he introduces himself to the rest of you. Oh, hello. I am Aryn's friend. Got into a little bit of a tough situation, a little scuttle. Oh, my name is Rogan. I don't really have much to say. I used to work with Aryn. We are friends. Did you mention you all went into the tower? I'm sorry, I don't hate to be nosy, but you entered the Weavers. Did you find any scrolls or any, I don't know, letters of anything of knowledge that could be of use?
Can I roll insight on this person? And by I mean you.
Sure,
there.
you can roll insight. Yeah, I got you.
Is there a way for Aryn to clue if we can trust this guy or not?
What do you want to know? You rolled a 15.
I basically want to know, is this person, because Aryn already said that he was hanging out with shady people. I want to know if it's one of the shady people Aryn was talking about.
He doesn't carry himself like a shady person, but he carries himself like a person that knows a lot of things.
You do have the message spell.
Yeah, I know. Wow. Damn.
He goes. I'm just curious. I'm a person who's interested in knowledge, and also full disclosure, you did save my life. I had a buyer in Miyu who was quite interested in these scrolls involving the Weaver. Did you find anything on curses or people who are I don't know, affected by gods or anything? I know the person that I work for would be very interested in that.
Who made that person be?
Best not to get involved in that kind of thing, Owl.
I agree with Aryn. I don't even know myself. They remained anonymous. All I know is I was to return these scrolls to Miyu, and I would perhaps be solving or filling a niche. Look, I'm not going to take it from you. I'm truly not going to take it from you. There's 4 of you and 1 of me. I'm just curious.
No.
We did talk afterwards. You guys didn't find anything, did you?
Not really. Unfortunately, there were no. I guess you've been able to peek inside of this thing. It was empty.
Not really, or no? There's a difference.
No, it was empty. There was nothing of.
It's like a big.
Roll a
So-
deception check.
Okay.
And
Can I give him the help action by being it was a big
Sure.
cave?
Skill deception.
He's gonna go to you, Kippy, and say, "You look like a danger ranger. Is that correct?"
You know, yes. I don't like to brag about it. I'm kind of on the 7. It's kind of a big.
Do
jump,
I
kind
know
of
the
start-
7? When I was a boy, I wanted to do the 7 too. Where are you from? The capital?
Yeah, I'm from where am I from? Crown something.
The capital. You're from the Crown's Land, the
yeah.
capital.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Troop four,
I grew up in
62.
Cridwood myself, a little bit far from there.
Oh.
The Dingoes? Is that correct?
The dingoes?
What's the name of your troop?
Troop 462. No, Dingo's the scout leader. He's not.
Sorry, we knew my son was in it for a little while, and he referred to them as just the Dingo Dangers. I'm sorry, I don't know if that was a colloquial. I don't know if you called themselves. I didn't mean to offend.
No, the danger.
Wait, I don't even
Rangers.
remember if I rolled with
Still
advantage.
dangers.
You did not, but even with a 17, you're fine. You're Gucci
Okay.
gang. He goes, all right, I guess it was, I'll have to tell my boss about it later, but I just wanted to be upfront about it. I'm going to be spending a bit more time with you all. I'm going to be helping Aryn find something, and I just wanted to be a bit more help to you, and I want to get to know you and everything. It looks to you, Dhalia Kai, and goes, you haven't really said much on most of this ride. Dhalia, was it?
I'm working through some things.
And I'm more than aware to know that I would leave that at that. And he's going to turn back to Pawo and goes,
Mm.
you seem like a smart fellow. I'm more of a purveyor of more practical things, but have you ever heard of the altered time spell?
Did I?
No, you have not. Gyram has, because I've talked to you about this, but I don't think you've heard it in character. Which is impressive, because you know a lot of things.
Can I roll something?
Yes, but I'm gonna still tell you that you don't know it. Like,
Okay, sure. Yeah, so I'm going to say, because like you say, you see a lot of things. So I was like, so okay, I can. Okay, so I'm just going to say, I cannot say that I have. No.
it's a new spell that my comrades are trying to develop.
Mm.
And you seem to be very magically inclined. He looks over at Aryn. I'd love to get him in to maybe try it. There are a few places with a bit more information about that and asking what you're seeking. There's the warehouse in Ashira and one in Sado. I'm sure if we would stop there, I'm sure your friend would be quite a big help in developing these magical things, wouldn't you say?
You know, he might not, but I don't know. Probably not the best idea. Again, you know, probably best not to get these people involved.
I want to private message Aryn. I want to say, you do not trust that man, right?
Do not give him a goddamn thing.
Okay.
He smiles, and goes, "All right, I'm just, I'm here to help. I know, Aryn, you're very skeptical of me, but I'm here to help. I do feel, and don't forget what I promised you upon leaving."
And I am thankful for that, Rogan. Believe it or not.
Cool. With a 21, you guys are fine. You ride off into the distance and make camp.
Mm-hmm.
Around 9 o'clock. Who wants to take first watch?
I can.
Yeah. I'll take like second or third because it's in darkness and I have dark vision, so I don't.
Okay.
No.
I took a
Everyone has
nap.
dark vision, I realized. Every single one of you has dark vision.
Good.
What you're saying is the pacifier's got some night lights.
Yeah.
I hate you.
You
We're gonna save a baby in every town.
yeah, we move into new town. No babies in that town. We will find one.
Move on. Yeah.
Mm.
We will make a baby and then we will save it.
Don't. Okay, see, why do we have to make the baby though? Like we didn't. This is like too much work.
Who's handling first watch?
I can take it.
A nap. I took a
Anyone want
nap.
to stay with
I'll
me?
take second.
Is Rogan taking watch at all?
I'm back in.
He'll take the first one.
I'll take it too.
Okay.
So there's only two.
Go on.
There's only two. So Kippy's staying up.
Mm.
You want three of
Maybe
you to
can
do
take
it?
second with me if you want.
I can take second with Paoli.
Okay.
Wait, so I don't know how.
Yeah. He's gonna make a roll.
I have a question.
Oh.
My broom blade, the charges are full for it, right?
There's 0 right now because you're not
Wait,
starting
so
off
I-
with it.
Wait.
Roll a d6
Yeah.
because at the beginning of this one. Suck.
God damn it.
All right, it's recharged. You have 1 charge of death defied. You guys rolled. Arcene rolled a 5. Rogan rolled a 7. You guys are kind of sitting there. Everyone's falling asleep. He sort of sits and says to you, Arcene, I didn't forget what I promised. Arcene, how well did you know her? Like, how well did you really know her?
As well as any, I don't know. Probably not very. I lived with her. I fucked her. I had a good time with her. But I didn't dig into her, she didn't dig into me. That's all I can really ask for, and what we do.
I don't know her, and I didn't know her. I won't pretend that I did. But I think you should know the way they talked about her after it was done. I think there's things about her that she didn't tell you for a reason. And all I'm going to say is that when you go looking for answers, I'd prepare myself for answers that maybe didn't fit the question.
Well, clearly you know something, Rogan. Fill me in.
They spoke of her as if she owed something to the broker. As if this wasn't just a random thing or a collateral or something. And I know it was a hit, but it seemed like there was more, and I promise that's all I know.
Like a crime of passion or some shit?
I would say even worse, a crime of calculation. This was deeply planned. More than I can even say. I joke around saying that it's because I'm the muscle and I'm burly and they don't want to tell me anything, but I think they knew not to inform you or I. For this specific reason. I don't know what this information means to you. But be careful and make sure that you know. Be sure to acknowledge that she might not be exactly who you thought she was. That's all.
Well, suppose I appreciate the information, Rogan.
Look,
Word
I
of warning, though.
want to help. I want to help. I'll help you track down Thud and stupid Kenku. Like, I will help. I know you don't trust me, and you shouldn't trust me.
You
I've-
just want
I've-
Thud dead? Like, what's the deal with you and Thud?
They put us together.
I mean, I don't like him either, but you know, I think for obvious reasons. But what the fuck?
He's just we don't get along. He has a very specific way of dealing with things, and it's not my way. And I don't know. They put us together like we were some sort of, looks at camera, Suicide Squad. But I don't.
God damn it. Okay.
Someone
And-
somewhere, an angel dies a little.
My nose starts bleeding.
And he says, "That's all I know."
Can I ask why you want to help?
Ask you, why would what?
Why would you want to help?
He looks at you and says, "I don't talk about them a lot, but I do have a family, a wife, children, and I like to keep those separate from my life that I live. And discovering that you tried to do the same and did a damn good job of it for a while until it brought itself to your loved ones, I don't know what I would do. That happened to me. And the least I could do, as a person who, to be truthful and blunt, had a hand in it, is to try to help as best I can."
You know, I thought about when I found you, what I'd do. I'm surprised at my own restraint, to be honest. I don't know what. I think I kind of get it. If you can help me, well. Alright, fine.
He smiles and says, "I couldn't have said it better myself. I think it's fate. I think it's destiny that we ran into each other again. And I want to do my best."
You know, it could have been fate. It also could have been, months of gathering information and, crazy.
But that gives you
conspiracy.
too much credit, Aryn, and I would never allow that to happen.
Okay. Alright, prick.
You guys kind of chat it out. Your watch goes uneventfully. And then it's Kippy and Power that wake up. You guys make the switch. You guys make perception checks.
Yep. Check.
Yep.
Yeah. Oop, 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 oop.
Okay.
Yeah, normally it's rolled for me. I'm sorry, you have to wait a bit because my computer is not having a good time.
That's okay. You get a 12. You guys sit
Yeah.
down. It is a quiet night. It's roughly around like 2 a.m. ish. Alvin, Kippy, you see in the distance like a small glint of light.
Can I investigate it somehow? How
It
far away
appears to be
is
getting
it?
closer to you.
To me?
Yep.
Am I scared of the light? Or
I mean, that's up to you.
I don't know what to do.
It gets closer and closer.
And I look to Pally and I go, Do you see that?
I think Pawolino is like reading his spell book. And he's just like, Do I see it?
You do. It's getting closer and closer and closer.
Can I maybe nature arcana anything?
Sure, make an arcana check.
Sure. Yeah, I'll
Can I
that.
do a nature check?
Sure. Powell with 23, you see this. I'm gonna message you because I want to make
Okay.
sure that Kippy doesn't know this.
Leave me out of everything.
Uldric's back for revenge.
Oh. 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 I'll just going to look at Kippy and smile and say, wow, seems like you're about to have a nice surprise.
You see it zooms in,
Mm.
and with a glint, you see that it's a sort of translucent scroll. If you go into your journal, I believe there's going to be something in there that you can read from player journal.
Player journal? A
Yeah.
letter from mom and dad. Oh my goodness.
You can read it out loud or you don't want to read it out loud, but it's a long letter.
Oh, this is long. Oh,
So you can let me know if you want to read it out loud or keep it to yourself. It's up to you.
well, let me read it first, and then 'cause I don't know if I want to. Do I want to read this out? Like, is there?
You tell us.
I'll just read it out loud.
Do you want to
Dearest
do it or do you want
Alvin,
me to do it in your parents' voice?
I would love for you to do it. In
All
their
right, I haven't
voices.
prepared for this, but it's gonna be. All right, May 31st, 773. Our dearest Alvin. Hi, son. How are you doing? I'm sure our little big boy is doing absolutely swell and bringing about so much change in our great alliance. We cannot stress enough that we are so proud of you. We just wanted to check in since it's been a little bit since you've left. There's also been some shuffling going on in the capital since you've gone. But I'm sure you've heard of the big news about Jono. What a competitive young lad. I think it was a few days after you left, but he stormed right off out of the capital to Penalia. I kid you not, kid. He saved the entire town of Killian from a Yakushi attack. And now he's followed them to the ice cap? My goodness, I couldn't imagine the danger. If that was you in that danger, I would faint. Okay, Julia. Let's not baby the boy when he's hundreds of miles away. Right, Martin? You're right. I just get so worked up. I know, honey
They
bun.
wrote a conversation in a letter.
But let's stay on task. Anyways, there's been some shuffling, like I said, going on in the curriculum, and it's a bit messy. You know, corporate and adult boring stuff. But I turned to your old lady when it was happening and said, why don't we just retire? I'm getting a little bit too old for the stuff, and I just want to spend time doing the important things, like mowing my lawn and playing golf. I don't want to be worrying about promotions or climbing the corporate ladder. That stuff just hurts my back at this age. Yeah, since you're doing the 7, and you bump into them, why don't you talk to them and see if they'll come to the lake house in Bailey's Respite? I know Simone is up north. Last time he visited, was bouncing between Inashira and the ice cap, and I'm sure he'd want to take a break in the worm. I think Theo's around Miyu, so if you bump in, so we might bump into him. We're talking to Otis here in the capital, so don't worry about him. But Garf, goodness, we haven't heard from him in over a year. I think he might be in the south somewhere, in the front, doing some good. Like I said, I'm rambling again, but I want to let you know, and we'll be trying to get your brothers down here as well too. We can convince them to take a gosh darn break. We know you're doing something very important, so there's no rush to come visit. But just be careful, Alvin. We love you so much. All of our love and best wishes, Julia and Martin Kipperson, mom and dad. And then this is written in Halfling. P.S. Semper Fidelis, never forget, we're not the Periculum or the Danger Rangers without it.
What does that mean?
That's I want you to note one thing, Kippy. That's misspelled. And that's the Danger Rangers like motto and the Periculum's motto. And this is undoubtedly your parents' own handwriting and own hand. And this is misspelled. You can do that as you'd like. Wonderful. Meanwhile, as this is happening, Dahlia, you go to bed.
Oh no.
And you wake up in a similar dark void. And this time, you're hovering over what seems to be, it's a dark void, but also when you look down it looks endless, if that makes sense. Like it has depth, but it also is empty. And then it continues to shift and to move, and suddenly you're shunted into a tent. Wait, is this is one of the tents that you have? Make a perception check. You see laying on the ground in a sleeping bag is Rogan, fast asleep. The orc you just met. You do anything?
Hey.
No response.
I kind of hover really, really close to his face. Boo.
As you move, you realize you pass through a lot of the objects. Like you're not there, if that makes sense. And then suddenly you see next to his body a sort of rift open up. What do you do?
Can I roll Arcana or Religion?
Sure. It's the same one as before. And as you get closer, you inspect it, you see a hand come from out of it. And another one. And it begins to pry open.
I try to
This
use
tear.
grab my sword and
You don't have your sword. You were just standing there.
start swatting the hand.
You see out comes a distorted humanoid figure. Crackling like the distortion it came out from. You cannot see its eyes. All you can see is that it is a white, crackling, massive energy. From its back, it pulls out what appears to be a double-bladed sword. Looks over to Rogan. Looks over to you.
Maybe it was fate. But I will right the wrong.
And plunges the sword into Rogan. And you see a similar red, not even ichor, like a life essence, like which filled your sword, begin to be pulled from his body. He makes no sound. His mouth is open. His eyes are flush red. And you see this being with the sword begin to take that same energy, much like you had done, wrap it around their sword, and enters them. Make a perception check. You are too frightened at this moment to really tell what's going on. It looks directly at you.
One step at a time. I will fix. You have broken. One day, there will be the return, and I will be there.
and you wake up. And that's where we're gonna end our session.
What the
Ah.
fuck? Oh fuck. Ooh.
Everyone is level 4 now.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.